All right, I'm about to start this show. I'm finna start this show. I'm gonna call you back. You heard me? Hey, I'm finna start this show. I'm gonna call you back. All right. Yo, welcome back. Welcome back to the Up and Smoke show, man. Oh shoot, I said Up and Smoke. Good gracious, hold on. Definitely gotta cut that. Welcome back. Welcome back to Country Cousins, man. This is your host, Emmett Piff. About to change our name in this thing. Wrong cup. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Country Cousin Podcast, man. We have a very special episode for y'all tonight, man. We have a friend, man. I met this guy, second, third grade, long time ago. Youngster, man. This guy here, he's a graduate of a HBCU and a PWI. Both places he majored in business. He's pursuing his MBA at Colorado State University. He has 8 years experience in working in credit analysis, collections, consumer and mortgage loan. He has over $50 million in real estate business closed. 6-figure investment portfolios. Him and his wife had 3 businesses, man. We got to get to that. It's a lot that we have to get to. But this guy, you know, he's family. He was a friend first. Then we discovered that he was family when he came to the house. He's about to come on right now in a few minutes. Y'all gonna love him. Very cool guy. We're gonna bring in some topics on this show, man. We're gonna talk about the state of America with Biden as president. We're gonna talk about Conor McGregor getting knocked out. A few other things. So we're waiting for him to join in, and I'm gonna cut a little piece of this out, so y'all ain't gonna see all of this, but Red Cup Shorter. And then tomorrow, we got something special for y'all. Got something special for y'all tomorrow. So stay tuned. Like, subscribe. I forgot we on YouTube, so we got to say like and subscribe. Tell somebody about us. The meeting ID is what's up, man? Oh, let me. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? So we're gonna get started right here in a second, man. I'm waiting for my special co-host, but if he don't come on, it's all good. We can get started, man. What's going on with your family? Everything good?
Yeah, how about you, bro?
Man, I'm good. I can't complain, man. Where you at now, man?
San Antonio.
Come on, man. How is it out there, man?
Hot and a lot of Spanish people.
Hey, Chuck always be talking about the churros out there. How the churros?
Oh, nah, the churros A1 now. Now that's A1. I had some of them the other night. Yeah, nah, they A1, dog.
Do they got the authentic? They got the authentic like Spanish street food, like with the dude, man, with the abuelo on the side of the road, and he got the hot plate or the truck with the
yeah. Nah, they got all that.
Yeah, that's some good shit, there, man. I ain't lying.
Yeah, nah, absolutely, bro. They got all that. Yeah, nah, you can get tacos. Nigga, I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, bro, I didn't never think I would get to a point in my life where I eat tacos twice a week. Yeah, I was like, I ain't never see that coming, dog. Real talk. I like, bro, you know where we from, bro. We don't eat no tacos.
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying, man. So Look, man, we're gonna
Matter of fact, it's Tuesday. We probably eat tacos tonight.
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying, man. We having chili and whatnot, but it's all good. It's cold out here in North Carolina, brother. Gotta get to it.
Nah, it's hot out here today. I think we were 75 today, though.
Word, man. We gonna have to come.
It's always hot out here.
We're gonna have to come out there, man. We're gonna have to come. I'm gonna have to come check y'all out.
Yeah.
I was wanting to come to Texas, man. Like Houston, Dallas, or what? But I want to come to Texas.
I was gonna tell you, we actually getting ready to move to Dallas.
Word.
Probably September. Yeah. So bro. You know, you always welcome, bro. Yeah.
Hey, wait till the world open back up, man. I'm gonna have to hit a few Mavericks games. We're gonna have to do something, man. We're gonna have to do something, man.
I wish I knew my dad. He had 2 years ago. We had some season tickets. So I was in that mug all the time.
Word up
to the Spurs game. Yeah.
That's.
And I might caught some. My plan is caught some season tickets in the Mavs, but they're a little bit more expensive than
I guess
than the Spurs.
Mark Cuban about that paper, man. Paper, man. So I got my cousin. This is my other cousin from my dad's side. You the cousin from my mom's side, but it's a family type. You know what I'm saying? This is my cousin Dante, man.
What's going on, man?
Met him much like I met you. We were cool at first, joking at first, whatever. And then, like, you came to the crib and my grandma was there. My grandma was like, hey, your mom, she look familiar. Who your people? Such. Oh, we family. I was like, word, second grade type shit, right? And then Dante.
That was seventh grade.
Yeah, much the same with Dante. It was in 7th, 8th grade. I come back to
7th grade.
You know, and then next thing you know, like me and him joning all the time. And next thing you know, he like I meet his grandma. His grandma was like, oh no, y'all folks, you got to leave, you know what I'm saying? You got to take up for him type shit. So that was pretty dope. that was pretty dope. But I'm gonna talk to Warren real quick, man. Kinston, man. Talk to us about Kinston, LaGrange. Talk to us about the greatness that came from the area, man. Like, is it something in the water? What's going on with that area, man?
Man, so you know, Kinston, bro. The one thing about it, it's a real untapped resource, I think. But we got a lot of great people, like you said. You know, everybody know the basketball stuff, but we got a lot of great people that do a lot of great things out of Kinston. Yeah. When you're talking about the general size of Kinston, like you talking about a city of 21,000 people.
Yeah.
And we got some really great people, and we just are like so untapped. So kind of actually speaking to that, of course, you know, I went to Kinston High, and I saw a statistic where the literacy rate out of Kinston High is like 33%. So I was like, you know, if I'm two of my homies, like 2 of us can't even read. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like 2 of us can't even read. Like, you know, we just kind of look at each other like, so which one of y'all can read? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the joint, bro. So, you know, like we already starting out behind. You know what I'm saying? Oh, matter of fact, conversely. So this came up during a conversation with my father. He stays out here in San Antonio, and my sisters, they go to this really, really good. It's like the number 2 private or public school here in San Antonio. And their literacy rate is something like 97%. And so, yeah, and I think they had a graduating class of, I think 1,200, and like 800,000 of them, 800 of them were like honor students. Out of those, 600 of them had full rides to different colleges. Even I was kind of talking to my dad because like the valedictorian of my class, or number 2, I don't know where the valedictorian went, but number 2, like she went to Duke. You know, which Duke is a dope school, but when you're talking about being number 2 in a class and Harvard ain't even looking at you, like they don't come to the hood. Harvard don't come to the hood. Yeah, like
yeah, my bad, man. Shit, I'm in the car, cuz.
No, you good, man. You good.
Yeah, I'll try and give you something to eat right quick, man. Shoot, you good. Yeah, I've been working my ass off all day, man. Shoot.
Warren, my bad, dog.
Yeah, I heard one, man. We'll talk.
So look, I want to ask both of y'all, man. This guy that we just got rid of, man, Trump, 46. 46. What's y'all thoughts about 46? How he ran shit, and then the new guy that we got that came in. Give me your thoughts, man.
Well, my thoughts really about the whole situation. I mean, I feel like we already know what we're gonna get into and stuff. You know, what I mean, we already knew. Like, I mean, at first we didn't know he was going, try to sabotage certain rules in the presidency situation, and basically, we was so he was kind of like backsliding on a lot of important situations, like the laws and way, like different types of stuff like that. And and then basically you were trying to get. I mean, I ain't trying to be racist, I ain't racist in them, but I mean, you were trying to get most of the like white privilege type people on his side, like the Republicans. The Republicans are already on his side, but he was trying to get some of the Democrat people on his side too, as well. So it's kind of like topsy turvy. So I mean,
I heard Charlemagne say that he felt like Trump took the mask off of America, in a fact where you can be what you want to be. You can, if you are a type of way, you can be that way, and you don't got to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to hide. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like Spanish people, then boom. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, who you voted for as a black man, long as you exercise your right? Because honestly, I was here with it. I was here. Because this and then here, and then I'm like, you know what? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me flip a coin. Let me pick the lesser of the two evils. Because at the end of the day, man, whoever is about policing the police and doing what's right, I'm with that. I'm with the people, because change isn't overnight. We aren't going to change what's going on overnight. We aren't going to, fix what's going on in our community, us thinking against each other, us going against each other, and then expecting someone to help us. We can't do that. we can't call somebody a coon and an Uncle Ruckus and an Uncle Tom and then expect for them to help us. We can't do that, bro. Like, we got to get over ourselves.
It don't work like that.
It don't work like that. Like, you expect Steve Harvey to go in there and talk to Trump about important issues for the black community, but then when he come out, you call him a coon and Uncle Tom and all. Like, bro, you don't even know what they talked about.
Well, Chris, so this is the thing. So this is how I look at this election. So to your point, I don't really rock with either one of them. So for me, when I'm voting, I'm looking at it as not who am I voting for to be on my team, but if I have to sit in a table for negotiation to get what I want, who would I like to talk to? I would like, and I feel like I might could get somewhere with Biden. I know I ain't getting nowhere with Trump. And I don't know that for a fact with Biden, but I definitely know we ain't getting nowhere with Trump. Because me even sitting here trying to talk. Yeah, like me even sitting here trying to talk to him about it. Like, you sitting up here talking about some we're not doing no racial sensitivity training. Like, bro, we can't even talk. At least Biden was like, I don't believe in it. But yeah, I see what you're saying. You know what? Maybe we should do it. At least somebody I can work with. So I know if, whoever the different activists are, if they take something to Biden, at least he gonna listen.
That's real.
He might not do nothing, but at least he's gonna listen. Trump ain't even gonna listen to it. So that was like kind of my deciding factor.
I got a question for you. Biden, two things against him in my book was the whole "you're not black if you don't vote for me," and then the 90s crime bill, the crack bill, in 86 and then 88, 89. Right. You know what I'm talking about. So about that right there, that's what kind of was like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was watching a documentary, Crack, on Netflix, right? So I had been hearing about the whole, you know what I'm saying, everything that happened, Biden helping, you know what I'm saying, the crime bill with Bill Clinton and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay. So I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, you get more time for crack cocaine than you get for powder cocaine. And I'm like, well, the black people are the ones that usually will have the crack because it was cheaper to buy.
Yep.
And the white people will have the powder.
Mm-hmm.
So you needed 500, was it 500 grams of powder cocaine to equal, was it like a gram of powder? So, I mean, a gram of crack, something crazy. I was like, what the fuck? What is this? So that's why I didn't rock with him. And then Trump, the whole situation with, you know what I'm saying? They was like, he's not a racist. He's not this. To me, in my eyes, in my opinion, he's a bully. He was messing with people that had no business to do with nothing. He was messing with the handicapped folk. He was talking trash about women, grabbing by the coochie and all this other stuff. I'm like, look, bro. To me, bro, Trump is like one of those dudes, like one of your homeboys that always say something crazy and off the wall. And you just be like, man, this nigga here, man. God damn. Bro, shut the fuck up, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But
bro, I've asked one of his supporters in a debate. I was like, bro, straight up, throw all that out. Can Trump grab your daughter by the crotch? Straight up, just answer the question, dog. I was like, straight up. I was like, bro, can he grab your daughter by the crotch? Because you telling me all this about, I don't care about none of that. Bro, can he grab your daughter by the crotch, bro? Straight up, answer the question. Well, no, he can't. Exactly. But the fact that he even said some stupid shit like that, like, get out of here, bro.
So, man, I wish I had my dude to pull up the pictures, man. Conor McGregor getting knocked out. Conor McGregor getting put to sleep. What do you think about that, man?
You know, I thought you were about to say Nate Robinson. I know you got knocked the fuck out.
No. You got Nate Robinson, but you know, Conor McGregor. I
ain't see that fight though.
That's a talking white boy, man.
I didn't see the one with McGregor.
Yeah, no, and that was actually what I was gonna say, bro. He just talk a lot, like, bro. Matter of fact, you was talking about Charlamagne, but Charlamagne was like, I don't even remember when he was actually good at fighting. He don't do nothing but talk now.
Hey,
yeah, he was like, I don't even remember when he was good.
Logan Paul challenged Conor McGregor. Said he'll give him $10,000. Who walks home with $10,000? Who walks out of there with $10,000? Conor McGregor or Logan Paul? Who walks out of there?
Okay. Well, he beat him. Ooh, so he beat McGregor.
Nah. Logan Paul challenged him. Logan Paul said, "Hey, bro, McGregor, what's up? Conor, what's happening?"
Okay.
Oh no, I want to say Conor, but he been looking sensitive, bro. Yeah, he been looking sensitive though.
Hey,
no, he got that fire on him though. You know, McGregor, he got that fire in him.
Logan Paul, one of them country white boys, man. That's one of them white boys rip a motor out your car with no tools. Straight up.
Hey, that's the same. Hey, ain't that the same Logan Paul that was beefing with Soulja Boy too? Talking about he gonna fight Soulja Boy with that didn't never go down because you know.
I think so. Yeah. That's the same one that knocked out Nate Robinson too.
Okay.
Same dude. same dude. But man, so look, that was a little intro, man. Just some topics, just some, you know what I'm saying, some stuff we're gonna talk about at any time that y'all want to bring something up. You know, we about to dive into this interview real quick, but anytime y'all want to bring something up and talk about it, man, I'll chop it up, put a segment somewhere, and then, you know what I'm saying, we'll get it done. You know, but so look, man, we'll introduce Warren real quick, man. Is there anything special you want us to call you? You want us to call the same OG?
No. Yeah, Warren G. That's supposed to,
Warren G. All right, man. So look, man, you went to Central. You went to North Carolina Central, man. A very reputable HBCU. Talk to us about Central, man. Talk to us about your decision to go to Central and major in business versus any other school out there.
All right, so man, you're actually pulling my card because most people like obviously talk about the time there. So truth be told, bro, I applied to A&T, Central, and Fayetteville State, and Central happened to answer back first. Like, just to keep it all the way 100, they happened to answer back first. So that's where I went. I was like, hey, whoever answered back, that's where I'm going. However, I do think it ended up being a good decision for me. It made things comfortable for me. Real real down to earth and comfortable. You know, I've constantly, one of the things that I knock myself on about quite a bit. Oh, hold on, my bad. One of the things I kind of knock myself on quite a bit, even about going to HBCUs, because we have these debates within our community about HBCUs or going to white universities or whatever the case may be. And so I've actually classically gone back and forth with the subject on if I should have went to a HBCU or a white university. Gotcha. The reason being, so one of the, I don't want to say issues, but one of the things about it is, and just for the record, I'm not really endorsing going or not going one way or another, because I think it's a very personal decision and the type and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Because I've said before that if I did it again, I probably would not go to a HBCU. However, that's also because I personally did not use it correctly.
Gotcha.
And if I said that, however, me being me now today, I would have used my HBCU way differently than I used it, if that makes any sense. You have to really be on point when you go to a HBCU and use it with the correct mindset in order for it to work. Because what kind of happens is it's hard for you to make connections, and it's hard for you to make a whole bunch of Black connections just to go out and jump to a white world. Like that makes it really, really difficult. It's not impossible. We got a lot of successful people that do it, but it's possible. Like I went head first into a white dominated world and it was like, I'm here and next thing I know, I'm the connection. Like, but who helped me? Man. And so that was the tricky portion about it. I love my time there, and that's not to knock them because you do it. But one of the biggest things that I personally found, especially with our generation, we were the first generation of Black people who were expected to go to college. Therefore, most of our parents didn't have corporations and businesses and all this kind of stuff. We were the first ones out. But when you go to the organization, so I was in RTC in college, which was through Duke. There was literally a guy in my detachment. That his dad was a brain surgeon. Another one, his dad owned an engineering firm. And he was like, yeah, Warren, he was like, man, if you're an engineer, man, you could come work for me because I'm not in competition with him because he know no matter what I do, I'm not going to take over the company. Yeah. Well, like if it's me and you, like, bro, it's all love. But bro, if me and you go to school together, we had the exact same degree, we're competing for jobs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that competition gets in there. So that's why I said that was a little difficult for me. But I love HBCUs. And I do think it's the culture is kind of changing now that we're starting to actually be the ones running businesses. But I'm not sure if I would have still gone to an HBCU because of that. I would have to really, really think about it.
I got you. See, all of us are HBCU graduates too. You went to Central, I went to Elizabeth City State, and Dante went to Elizabeth City State. So all of us, you know what I'm saying, we got that one thing in common, man. Black Kings, HBCU graduates, man. So talk to me about the $50 million. The $50 million that you have wrapped up. I believe it was in real estate deals.
Yeah, bro.
Talk to me about the $50 million in the real estate deals, man. Talk to me about the negotiation table. Is it, like the movies say? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about that, man. What's going on with it?
Well, number one, it take way longer than the movies say because they make everything seem like it happened. And bro, sometimes you get hungry waiting on them checks, but you get kind of hungry waiting. But no, so classically, although I do a lot of different financial things, my most formal financial experience is in the mortgage industry.
Okay.
And doing real estate deals, commercial, tons and tons of residential stuff that I've done. So that just starts out me helping, people get the funding. Like I'm the guy that a lot of people called, hey, I'm trying to get a house. I need to get it financed. I need to get pre-qualified. I need to get, whatever the case may be. Like I'm the person that they're calling.
Okay.
So as I'm going through those deals, I'm holding hands, like, I'm walking first time home buyers through it. That's one section of it. Now on the commercial side, I do something where I help real estate people who are investing in real estate, like get institutional money. I've done some really big projects, done some really small ones. Now that's when the negotiation table really comes in for me, because I kind of play the middleman between the person that's investing and the institution or the person who is investing into them. And that just takes tremendous, because it's a lot of give and take, a lot of it. Where the negotiations get real crazy at, Chris, is trying to be transparent but not showing your hand at the same time.
Gotcha.
On some, hey, this person got 35 mil that they want to invest. However, they only really had like 4 house investment properties. Are y'all gonna give them 35 mil? And so I'm gonna tell them that they got experience, as a landlord, but am I really only gonna tell them that they had, 4 $50,000 houses? Like those kind of things. Yeah, like they only got 450, and now they asking for 2, 3, 4 mil. It's like, like you're transparent, but those kind of things, even though they don't knock the deal down, it just changes the viewpoint of the person looking at them, and if they're willing to believe in them. And so it's my job to kind of play that middleman. I know the people to talk to. I know what you're supposed to say, those kind of things. Because that's specifically something that I even try to do just for us in our community, because we don't have access to those things and those people.
You're right.
We don't know what's going on. We just trying. And everybody a real estate guru now. Everybody a real estate guru now. I'm like, whatever, man.
You ain't lying, man. So like, talk to me about the process, man. Opening and closing for a home, man. What do I need? And talk to me about the process for us, for us Black people, man. Say you grew up in apartments. You know what I'm saying? Say you grew up in apartments. You don't know nothing. You green, right? You want a crib. You got a little pit bull puppy. You trying to start a little breeding business. You know what I'm saying? You trying to breed some red nose, whatever. You and your baby mama trying to move out the apartments, man. Talk to me about start to finish, man.
Yeah. So number one, that thing that I tell people is making sure that you're remaining within your budget. Like whatever it is that you feel comfortable for. Because at the end of the day, Chris, like what you don't want to do is, a lot of people, just because they can afford something on paper, a lot of people will take what they can afford on paper. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can realistically afford that. So I'm gonna give you a little number as I'm kind of going down to some numbers. So the first thing you do, you get pre-qualified. While we look at your credit, everybody get the credit, credit scores, this, that, and the third. Your assets, they want to know how much money you got in the bank. So you might understand that you need to save up a little money. You might save up 10, 20 grand, whatever the case may be. But then we get to your income. So we do what's called debt to income ratio. That's your debts in ratio to your income. With the word to just means divided by. So your debts divided by your income. You want that number to be less than 50%. So how that kind of looks is, if you make $10,000 a month, the bills on your credit report, and including the new mortgage payment, cannot be more than $5,000. Okay, that's how that looks. However, even though you can get approved at a 50% debt to income ratio, I just want to give you some other numbers. So let's say you push it all the way out to the max, you take that 50% debt to income ratio. So in this case, you take that $5,000, okay? You still got to pay taxes. If you're in a 15% tax bracket, that's 65. Now you at 65% of your money gone, and that's only bills that are on your credit report. That's not your light bill. That's not your phone bill. That's not daycare. You haven't saved for retirement. You haven't saved for a vacation. You haven't eaten. You haven't put gas in your car. You haven't done any of those things yet. And already 50% of your money is allocated out to your car payment, your student loans, credit cards, and your house.
Damn.
Another 15% to taxes. Now you're at 65% of your money gone, and you haven't even eaten yet. Like, you got your new house, you ain't even bought the furniture for it, because that's not included in that.
God.
Okay. So
I didn't think about that, bro.
Right. So now you got this house, and yes, you could afford it on paper, but now you put yourself at a disadvantage when you've done that. And also keep in mind, I used $10,000 just to make the math easy. I was like, most people in our community do not make $10,000 a month.
Right.
Like,
You're right.
Like, so yeah, you like, okay, $10,000. I still got 5 G's left every month. That's not bad. But when that number is $2,000 and you only got $1,000 left for the month, when it's $3,000, you only got $1,500 left for the month.
Ooh.
Like that, yeah, that starts to get really, really ugly. And then so we're talking about closing up that wealth gap. Like, you know, that's why they were like, hey, you got to get you a house, you know, it's better than renting. And that may be the case, but you still have to do it the right way in order for it to work properly. Because if you're not saving for your retirement, you ain't got no life insurance, you ain't paying no car insurance, like all these different things that are not counted in that 50% of your money being gone up front.
Dang.
But the bank will approve you for that, because they know at the end of the day, you're going to make sure you'll let everything else go before you let your house go, because you need a place to stay.
That's real.
So they approve you for it.
So talk to me about, so what if, let's just say I get me a good job. Say I get me a good job. I'm working in a firm somewhere. I'm doing something, making good money. Let's just say I make that 10,000, a month, right? Say I go find this dope crib where the white folks stay at.
Okay.
Out the motherfucker, out there. You know what I'm saying? Out there, motherfucker. Gated community, swimming pool, in-ground motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about? Got a basketball court inside. I come up on hard times, you know what I'm saying? Because I see the money, but then I see the things that I want. So I see, I see that I see that Toyota Tundra, and I see that Hellcat, and I see all this stuff, and I'm making the money, but then next thing you know, my money started slowing down, trickling down, whatever. I could be a rapper, I could be a basketball player, whatever. How do I help myself?
Oh, I
had to put them on mute, man.
I'm actually going to answer your question. It's going to be a little indirect, though. This is the number one mistake that everybody makes. Our community, even white people make it. Everybody across the board makes it. Except for some of the smart people, but let me not say smart. Some of the people who have been privileged enough to get the knowledge. Let me say that, not smart people. The number one mistake that everybody makes, your first source of income is not meant to buy stuff, it's meant to buy more income.
Ooh.
You take
Say that again. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. You gotta run that back. Hold on now.
Yeah.
You said your first. Say that again now.
Your first source of income is not meant to buy stuff, it's meant to buy more sources of income.
Come on, man.
That's what it's meant for. And that's where the mistake comes in for most people. They go out and just start buying tons of stuff.
Got you.
You buy all that stuff, if that income disappears, you can't maintain it. Now, don't get me wrong, you still got to make sure you're taking care of your basic necessities, because you need a place to stay, you need a car to drive. But this doesn't mean, like you said, this ain't the time to go out and buy the $500,000 crib in the Porsche. If you're making the money, that's not when you do it.
Yeah.
Like, go out, buy the 250 crib in the Toyota Camry. Or you need to be fancy, buy a Lexus. You ain't got to get the Porsche yet.
Yeah, that's real. That's 100, man.
Bro, you ain't got to get the Porsche yet. Matter of fact, I share this. The thing about it is, you got that those sources of income. Because think about this. I just spent some time. I got my CDLs because, bro, I literally laugh, and I'm not coming from a bragging standpoint when I say what I'm getting ready to say. I'm coming from like I don't do well with people and their excuses.
Yeah.
Like, bro, in 2020, because you know, in the middle of the pandemic, I'm dealing with the pandemic. My father died. I actually got sick. I actually almost died. I didn't even tell you about that because I'm gonna fill you in on that. I actually got sick. I had a pulmonary embolism, like out the blue, totally out the blue.
What?
I was in the hospital for like a week and a half, almost done.
Damn.
I had that. I ended up getting my tonsils removed. They found out my tonsils was going. It didn't have cancer or nothing, but anywho, bro, I did that. But I'm still working full time, working on my master's degree. You know, I got a 1-year-old daughter. I got an 8-year-old daughter that I go and see in North Carolina, working on my master's degree. I took a month off during the pandemic. That's why I was like, bro, I'm not really trying to hear none of that stuff nobody talking about, bro. I was like, bro, because I'm putting in the work.
What?
Yeah, I was like, bro, I'm putting in the work.
What? Hey, man. Hey.
Bro, I'm like, look, y'all give me stuff.
Bro, put on for yourself, dog. Put on for yourself, man. Look, dog. This what this show is for, dog. Look, all the bragging you can do for yourself, look, man, do that, bro, because this is for you, my nigga. For real talk. You deserve it. Because this my daughter right here, man. That's my daughter right here. Say, hey, that's your cousin Warren, and that's your cousin Dante. Say, hey, school today. It was good. Okay, what you gonna eat?
I want to eat my noodle.
Okay, go. Okay, mommy, go get it for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, man.
That's just where I'm at with it, bro. Like, bro, in like total transparency, bro, none of the shit I just named might even work. But
come on,
I gotta take the chance on it, right? I gotta do the work. I gotta put it in because I definitely know no action ain't gonna work. So I might have done everything I'm doing like totally in vain. I don't know. But
yes, sir.
What I'm not gonna do is just sit here and let things pass me by. Why it happens.
I just went through a situation. So last year I went to school for air conditioning, right? Yeah. Went and did that, got my air conditioning license, got my EPA certified universal. I can do anything. I can do schools, I can do houses, RVs, all that. But I'm gonna go get my 609.
I'm gonna cut you off, bro. You might, bro. You talking about you want to come out here and visit? Boy, you need to move to Texas. Talking about bro, it's always work in Texas, boy. You might need to move to Texas.
Hey, man, look, I'm trying to get me some experience as we speak. When I get this on, what? Look, we're gonna talk, cuz. We're gonna talk, cuz. Look, and then you got the. And then you got the, you know what I'm saying, the hook up with the house. Hey, we gonna talk, man. We gonna talk. Me and my old lady actually considered moving to Atlanta, but I was like, you know what? Atlanta cool, but I done lived there before. We don't have to necessarily move in Atlanta. Like, let's look at Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, you know what I'm saying, Texas, different places, and then we can, you know what I'm saying, see what's happening. But I said that to say this. I'm gonna get my experience and I'm gonna start my own little thing. And what you just said, bro, trying something, you have to try it before you know it's gonna fail. You know what I mean? Because you can have all the ideas in the world, and I got a lot of ideas, but then sometimes I'm like, man, this shit ain't gonna work. People ain't gonna fuck with it. Just like this podcast. I said, fuck it, I just stopped thinking and did it. Because if I would have just kept thinking, it would have never started. It would have never started. So same thing with this air conditioning thing. Went to school for it, didn't use it. Tore my Achilles, right? Playing basketball at the YMCA, tore my Achilles, snapped it. Yeah, man, I had a 2-inch gap between my heel and where my Achilles snapped at, right? So I couldn't get any experience. So what I ended up doing was going to my homeboys that I went to school with and gaining some experience, little by little, right? Went to work and did something completely different. I said, you know what? I don't like it because I went to school for this for a year and a half. I went to school for physical education. I did PE. I went to school. I taught PE for like 4-5 years. Went to school, did air conditioning. Now I'm doing electricity. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I got to go and do something I went to school for. Let me try that before I go do something different. And then if I fail at that, then I can say, you know what? All right, bet I'm gonna try something different now.
Right.
But until then, let me try failing first. Right. You know what I'm saying? But so That was a long explanation, but anyway.
Nah, bro, I'm totally with you, bro. I don't know nothing about driving no truck. Yeah, I was like, yeah, like, straight up, bro. I don't know nothing about driving no trucks, bro. But hey, I went and got my CDL. Like, I'm not driving.
I got 3 trucker homeboys. No, 4. Dennis, Devin, Javante, and John. Dennis drives for U.S. Foods. Devin live in Atlanta. John live in Greensboro, and Javante live in Texas. He live in like Dallas or Houston area. And I was like, I told him, I sent him the link. I was like, bro, y'all need to come on the show tonight, dog. I got my cousin coming. He does financial analysis. The boys were talking about starting a trucking company for the longest. And I was like, bro, goddamn, come on, you can talk to this mom, and then goddamn, you never know. But so let me ask you about the portfolios that you created, man. Like, what's up, man? What's up, man? What is a portfolio? First off, I mean, is it a picture, Kodak? Like what?
Like, the portfolio is really just a fancy word for your file of stocks, like whatever stocks you got, whatever the case may be. So I help a lot of people create their stock portfolios, get started up. Like I mentioned before, we don't get that information in our community. Right. Like, by the time we get, bro, I'm gonna share a story with you that was so real to me. So I got married in 2014 to my wife, and we were sitting at the venue to taste the food. So we're there at lunchtime. It was like a country club. So we were there at lunchtime, getting ready to taste the food. There was a white father and a daughter behind us that was also doing a tasting for her wedding. And I could hear the conversation. And he was talking to him about doing a 401k and how she needed to set up her 401k and how she needed to do this and she needed to do that and XYZ. And he was just going down stuff with her. Bro, I walk out in the parking lot when we leaving. My mom calls me. She was like, boy, you better go get that lottery ticket. You know that that lottery almost up to $1 billion. And I'm like, bro, why are you not talking to me about the 401k stuff? Why are you talking to me about the lottery? You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, it was just like, yeah, it's just so different to how our communities are set up. Like that is my mom's financial advice. You need to go play the lottery.
Yes, sir.
Like that's how her financial advice set up.
And you know what's crazy, bro, is that, like you say, man, we have two different growing up in the Black community. Our financial advice was a little bit different. Ours was, don't spend your money on that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
And don't spend it all in one place.
Don't spend it all in one place. You know what I'm saying? And why the hell you find this stupid shit for? Whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my question to you is, man, how did you learn financial literacy? Like, what really taught you? Like, how did it, you know what I'm saying?
So, a couple of different things. One, it was just, I went to school for business, but even then I didn't know. So I also tell the story, even kind of jumping back to the portfolio thing, I'm kind of combining them together. So I remember when I was getting ready to finish college and I was moving out of my apartment. So from the time that I had started college till I was moving out, I had like 28 pairs of J's. And I'm looking at I done actually became a sneakerhead again. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. But I was looking at the floor.
We gotta take it there. Hold on, but after the store.
Absolutely. So I was looking at my floor and I got these 28 pairs of J's and I'm like, bro, this is like 5 G's sitting on the floor and I'm broke. Like, I'm broke, dog. And, like, I was so broke, bro, I literally would take my car and park it backwards on a hill. Because in my mind, I had an Impala, so the needle would go up a little bit. And in my mind, I had put more gas in the car. I was like, bro, you ain't put no gas in that car? Yeah, like that's how broke I was, that I convinced myself of this. And so that was like the first moment, in the moment that I kind of looked back, where I was like, I got to change my priorities.
Yeah.
And I started and then as I got in the financial world, that was something else that a lot of people, I found out, my personal opinion, kind of going back to the HBCU question. So I found out that if you major in business, if you don't open a business, like one of the only other things you can do is like work in a bank. That's how I even ended up in banking. because it's just not a lot of jobs for business majors.
That's real. That's real.
You know, corporate, because, you know, we want that corporate and we want this, that, and the third. So that's how I ended up in banking and just kind of dealing with people and then starting to do my research and new positions I got. And that's how I started learning. And so one of the things that I talk about, one of my sayings that I use for helping people build their portfolio, if you use it, you can own it.
Yeah.
So even kind of going back to the house comment and the shoes. So I'm like, hey, you got Jordans. So I had 28 pair. What if I had 14 pair and I used the money for the other 14 pair and bought some Nike stock?
Yeah.
Now I could be fresh and have some money. You see what I'm saying?
Real.
Like, I'm not even saying just don't buy them. Like, cause you know, some people be like, y'all buying them stupid Jordans all the time. No, bro, I still want to be fresh. Like, like, I'm still gonna be fresh. Like, that's not going away. Okay, like that's like I'm still gonna do that.
So speaking of the 28 pair, what was your favorite pair of the 28 that you had? What was the hardest to let go? What was the hardest to let go?
The 11s. The black
and white. Which one?
Yeah, the Concords. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, the Concords.
Man, I wanted them joints, yo.
Yeah. Nah, bro, to the I still have not bought another pair. I need to buy a pair. But no, them Concords, bro. I love them Concords. I don't know why I love them shoes so much. My second pair was the He Got Games, the 13.
Okay.
My second pair. Like I love them shoes. But I had done kind of ran them. They have become beaters because I just won so much.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Y'all two guys in elementary school, Warren, and middle school, Dante, and high school, Dante. You two guys were fresh, man. I remember how you guys would come
in high school and middle school
with brand new sneakers, and I was like, "Where in the world did he get those from?" Like shirts, pants, like y'all came coordinated to the T. I remember Dante came to school with the Deion Sanders Baltimore Ravens jersey. I said, "Hey, man."
Forgot all about that jersey, man.
I said, now, how'd you get that?
Hold on now, Chris. Brecker used to come through in elementary school strong with the jersey and the curly top.
Hey man, that's what you doing there, brother. I'm trying to give you y'all flowers, brother.
About that, man.
You came through with the curly top. You were like just
I remember Chris had a little curly hair.
Hey,
yeah, let the shorty know he had the good hair.
Hey, that's with y'all, man. Hey, so look.
Chris.
Bro. Yo.
Hey, Chris. Remember you when you first met me, man? I still remember it, man. You was in the bathroom. I think it was in the bathroom or something. And then you were joking on my last name. I said, damn, you come to them like, damn, talking about Dante Long.
Hell yeah.
I said, damn, funny though. You had a little curly hair.
Hell yeah. Hey man, so both of y'all like music, man.
Yeah.
Both of y'all like music. Warren, are you into rap? Do you listen to rap?
Do I? I don't listen to nothing but straight trap music.
Straight trap music. Yes, sir. See, I ain't gonna lie.
Bored.
So look, let me ask you this. Yeah. When you on your way to these negotiations and helping these young black people, you know, get their goal, get their dream house, what you playing in the ride, man? What you playing in the Mercedes, man?
I do even a little bit better than that, bro. Bro, I be walking around at work and I said, I think I put it was probably we was in the office. I know it's probably been about a year now. This one for some reason, I get my day started the number one stunner every day. Like that's just
man.
Yeah, number one stunner. So, bro, I was like, I don't even understand. Yeah, how much I walk around this office and take out one of my AirPods to stop number one stunner while I speak to white people.
You can walk around James Bond, Jackie Chan. Hey, what's up?
Yep.
And then yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, I got to take it out. I was like, how you doing today, sir? Yeah, how you doing today, sir? Yeah, all right. Yeah. But I've been that, bro. Actually, music scene wise, bro. I don't know when I didn't do it on purpose, bro. But I love Memphis rappers, dog.
Okay.
All them, bro. Moneybag Yo. I've been a Juicy J fan. I was always a Project Pat fan growing up. All them cats, bro. Black, like all them Memphis cats, bro.
Come on,
And like,
man.
come on, I did on purpose. Like, I just end up listening to all their music all the time. Young
Yes,
Dog,
sir.
like all them cats.
Man, you know what's crazy? We have that in similar. I mean, in common. It's similar in us because going up in high school, bro. I was listening to Pimp C. Like I went to high school in Georgia for 2 years, then North Carolina for 2 years. So it was Pimp C, it was UGK, Lil Kiki. You know what I'm saying? All these other folk. You know what I'm saying? Tom Tom, Fat Pat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Different
Mike
people.
Lil Tone, man, my
You know what I'm
complete
saying?
Yep.
picture.
Mike Jones, all
Yep.
these folk, Chameleonaire, you know what I'm saying, Zero, and all these different people. And folk were like, man, what the fuck you listen to? But and I'm like, hey, this that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in Georgia, it was Louisiana music, Texas music, it was North Carolina music, it was New York music, everything. But what's crazy is in this area that I live now, Plymouth ain't my type of music. But I said that all to say this, man. If you got a top five, let me hear it. If you got a top five.
On my rap.
Yeah, Dante, you go first. Yeah, you go first. I'm gonna I want to think on
Shoot,
now.
man, that's kind of hard though, man. It's
Well,
like,
I'll go first in no particular order.
I mean, number one, I'd probably say Lil Wayne. I mean, who I used to listen to and stuff. I say Lil Wayne, T.I., Young Jeezy.
Okay.
Shoot, man. Damn. I was mostly like down south rapper, man. Like me though.
Me too.
Damn, that's so many. Damn. Yeah, 50 Cent. Yeah, I said 50 though. You know, like Jewel Santana, some type of guy like that.
50 and Jewel. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say
I like his cadence. You know what I'm saying? He was like that. You know, him and Cameron. You know, they both had that nice flow. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm gonna go Pimp C. I'm gonna go Andre 3000.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Big Boy.
Yeah, he was nice too.
I'm gonna go Nas. Tip is a strong 5, but I think for 5, you know what? Yeah, for 5, I'm gonna go. Damn, I was just thinking about him. I lost my train of thought, man. For 5, I'm gonna go. Busta Rhymes, man, for 5. I'm gonna go Busta for 5.
Hey, look, well, one thing I will say is I actually appreciate y'all brothers for not doing them on normal list, because you know everybody Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, everybody Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, like right out the gate.
All the way.
Yeah,
all the way.
Like, I mean, and they nice, but yeah, nah. Even though I am a Jay-Z fan, but he's still not really top 5 for me. But no, Andre 3000, I definitely, because I forgot all about him, but yeah, definitely him. Number one. So this one is a very personal preference. And when I say top 5, I'm going kind of based on people that I've listened to, like who I just listen to, and I listen to their music like real timelessly. Like I listen to old stuff like right now. Big Crit is real big for me, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Crit
like,
hard.
Big Crit real big for me, dog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was nice too.
Yeah, like I mean, bro, I listen to this 2008 stuff right now. like
what?
Like it ain't nothing.
What?
Man, let me see who else we got. So I'm a big Cameron fan because he brought that up. Like I'm a real big Cameron fan. I think I've always like genuinely ignorant sounding music because you know what Cameron is talking about.
I got you.
Let me see here. That's 3.
That's my co-host John right here. He finna come in.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't mind his picture. He think he Teddy Pendergrass.
Oh man. Not Teddy P.
He said Teddy P.
Oh man, you show the picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Juicy J because I'm a big Juicy J fan.
Okay.
I'm a big Juicy J fan. Had you asked me this 2 years ago, I probably would have said Kanye.
What? Now I'm gonna tell you now.
Man, Kanye West.
If you had asked me this 2 years ago,
Hey, he would have been good on the producing side, but I mean, he's nice on rap side.
hold on
But he just lost it.
okay, okay, what we got? What we got?
I'm neither going to slander my boy or big him up, but I'm gonna just say Kanye is my nigga. That's all I'm gonna say. He can rap. The nigga can rap.
Yeah, I know.
Rap.
Hey, I'm gonna put some. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna put somebody in here though. I mean, he was nice though. We don't give no credit to him.
Do that.
Eminem.
Okay.
I'm gonna get back to my picture. You know what I'm saying?
See, Eminem.
The picture's a better side of me. The picture's a better side of me. I'm gonna go back to the picture.
Eminem is he's a good rapper. If you can get with his content matter, right? If you can get with dragging people through the woods and you know what I'm saying, just ripping their hairline off and putting it on their back, stuff, crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Like, no, you was kind. He talk about that psychotic stuff.
Yeah.
Well, his lyrical wordplay is nice, but I think I seen a post one time. Somebody was like, nobody ever got in the car and be like, yo, put that Eminem on.
Real talk.
Ain't nobody ever said that.
Like he can rap, but it's in the moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Marshall Mathers LP, you know what I'm saying, was good with his second and third album. That was really good. But other than that, I can't really. The Eminem show was good.
I'm gonna tell you the thing about Eminem, yo. I'm gonna tell you the thing about Eminem. When I don't know how old you guys are, but when that nigga was talking about hi kids, I'm put rhyming, that shit right there, when he was doing all that shit, I was too young to be riding around in a whip. But I wonder what it would have been like if I was in college during that time. Like, would we have been bumping that shit?
I don't think
like
so.
Like red and yellow and purple.
We can't be,
like
I
was
was
in college during that time when I've been bumping that shit.
You gotta think we came in the dance era. We came in with the, you know what I'm saying? Took that thing up, mama let it pop like a drop it. You know what I'm saying? Superman. You feel me?
But
like
Frida came in when Eminem was singing Yellow, Purple, Old Pills. Like, how would college have been? Like, bro, you think about it, like, because we was loose cannons. Like, would we have been on the damn pills?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, I think if you was ungrounded, you would have been probably a pill monster. You know what I'm saying? But if you was, you know,
hey man, I was a wild boy.
I don't think that you would have given pills though, man. So what about groups, man? Let me ask y'all this, man. As a collective. Warren, Dante, I'm gonna ask y'all this as a collective. Dungeon Family or Wu-Tang? Yes, I'm putting you on the spot.
Wu-Tang.
Dungeon Family or Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang all day.
I'll say Wu-Tang.
Oh Lord, Wu-Tang over DF? Oh no, don't do that to me.
Wu-Tang.
What?
I mean, they the classic though, man. I mean,
that's what I'm saying, bro. I was like, what's Wu-Tang, bro?
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this right here. I think the only reason why is because Dungeon Family only had one album. If Dungeon Family would have had 2, 3, 4 albums with the whole clique, man, no compo.
See, I take Drew Hill. Because I couldn't listen to rap back then. You know what I'm saying?
That's R&B group though.
Hey, John's first album.
Hey, I fuck with Drew Hill though. I fuck with
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't listen to rap. I grew up on Luther Vandross.
You should have seen the look on Warren face.
You know what I'm saying? Luther Vandross, Barry White, Gerald Levert. I was listening to all that hibbity hop music. I was listening to Ohio Players, so I don't know nothing about that. So I'd have had to pick Drew Hill.
John's first rap album was Nellyville. So y'all excuse him.
No, it wasn't. It was LL Cool J, Around the Way Girl. I keep trying to tell you this.
Yeah.
Doing it. Why?
That's the first joint. I had to tape and it would flip it over on both sides. One side had the beat, and the other side had like that song and like 3 other remakes of the song and one other song. The other side had beats.
That means he missed the P era. He missed the C murder era. He missed the UGK era. He missed Cash Money era.
No. I didn't miss all that. I said the first that I had paid for. Now, I listened to that shit because I was around my older cousins, but I didn't personally have it. I listened to UGK. I listened to P, No Limit, Cash Money, all that shit. I just didn't have it in my house because my daddy won't have that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But I get away with it around the way, girl. I get away with that.
Man, so all right, so Warren, I got a question for you, man, about financial analysis, man. You talked about shoes before. Yeah. Say I'm a young man and I want to start selling shoes that I have, resell, but eventually I want to make an online or a brick and mortar store out of it. Okay. What's the process, man? How can I start me a business out of selling sneakers?
Well, you know, this is one of my funny things right now because I love LLC Twitter because, you know, LLC Twitter wants you to open up something. You know, they open up any kind of business for that. So one of the things about it, obviously, you do want your business structure. Part of the reason why people find LLC Twitter to be so funny is because LLCs aren't necessarily the best business setup for everybody. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish your business setup. Because some people need S corp, some people need corporations, some people need to be incorporated. It just really depends. So I always say consult an attorney about that. However, if you're setting up that business, it's really important that you make sure one, that you understand your target market and who it is that you're selling to. So to your point, let's say you're selling shoes. So you got your sneaker heads, then you got people who just like to get fresh, then you got like those like Asian cats who they just spend any kind of crazy amounts of money on some retros just because they wanted that specific pair. So you need to figure out who you're targeting and figure out the best way to reach those kind of people. Where a lot of people go wrong in businesses, whether it be shoes, anything really, is they don't understand who they're talking to.
True.
And like a lot of people do websites. Gotcha. So one of the biggest things I tell people, they trying to do the website, and I don't know if you ever done one or talk to somebody that's doing one. They be like, well, I don't really like this, or I don't really like that, or I want it to be like this. Look, it don't matter if you like your website or not, because you're not the one shopping on it.
True.
Yeah, like the people who are shopping there are the ones that need to like it. So it doesn't matter. Because I was like, I just take Jeff Bezos, for instance. We don't know if he liked the Amazon site or not, and he don't care. He don't care how it's set up. He just need the money, and he need everybody else to like the way that it works. And sometimes we get too caught up on what we want and not on our customer. So when you're setting up things like businesses, you obviously want to be, put out a product that you're happy with and some service that you're happy with, but you need to make sure that it's catering to your customer and who your customer is. So discovering who it is that you're attempting to sell to, that's how you take it from just being, you kind of increase your ability to actually make the business work, as opposed to you just trying to do something and hoping that you kind of are hit or miss. That's where a lot of people struggle, because they were like, okay, I'm gonna put these shoes up, on eBay and see who it is. But if there's certain people that you're trying to reach, that might change the type of background that you put in the shoe, like when you take the picture of it, like just different things like that you got to kind of keep in mind.
Okay. I got a question for that, and I'm glad you spoke on that, because I wanted, because with me having a background in marketing, do you think that like the lost art of surveys is a problem that people have in finding their target market? What I mean by that is, asking people, all right, hey, I sell shoes, right? What shoes do you need for work? What shoes do you need for this? What shoes do you need for that? So you will know by 100 person essay, people, you share it with 100 people, you'll know the type of shoe people use for work, the type of shoe people use for running. So you'll be able to have that instead of having an influx of of stuff stocked up. You know what I'm saying?
You can't see it.
You have the direct in what people in your area need versus, oh, I like Jordan, so I'm gonna get Jordan. But if you are in Omaha, Nebraska, or out in
Mm-hmm.
Des Moines, I don't know, North Dakota or something, they might can't afford it out there. So why would you have a shop full of that junk and you ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, actually, I agree with you. Even to the point as you were talking, like that's the reason why Family Feud do so well. It's a whole show on surveys, like
Oh,
so they know what people want, like asking people things, and you see that everybody gets the same answers, or everybody
yeah.
even different answers, and so it lets you know like the people that you're targeting and how they think. So no, I think that's a very lost art. Matter of fact, because I'm doing a podcast on what is it? Well, Facebook Live, should I say, on Thursday, and we did a survey about it before we put it out because number one, it actually engages people with you,
Yeah.
so it's going to engage your target market as well as find out what they want, because you already know if they're willing to take the time to do a survey, that they're also willing to take the time to listen to you about buying your product,
True.
Exactly.
as opposed to you just talking to people who don't care about what you're talking about anyway.
True.
And that just gives you an opportunity to engage them in a way. Even kind of to your point, just getting the survey, that gives you an opportunity to get information about them. Now I can get
Right.
your email address, so now I can start marketing to you.
Right.
You know what? We talked about something earlier that I want to bring back up. Networking, networking, right? I was telling you about one of my 4 partners that drive trucks. This is one of them. Mr. SRT8, John, Teddy P, Johnny P. Yeah, so Warren, break him down, if you want to, if you care
Yeah,
to. I got a question, Warren. What would be the alternate route to establishing business credit with DNB not currently providing DUNS or DUNS or something?
a Duns and it's a Duns and Bradford number. So, so you really need that. I mean, you can get alternative methods, but none of them are going to be as foolproof as getting that Duns and Bradley number. So, or Bradford number. Which for that I give you all, like, if y'all want them, I give you instructions, or if you want to put them out, because I have like a actually set plan where you go, hey, do you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do
Okay.
this, type of thing, so that you can set up your business credit, and you can actually start doing that anytime. So this is the part that LLC Twitter, I think, sorry, that's really been on my thing, because they just be getting on my nerves, because they just be saying anything. Start up an LLC. So when you start it up, the thing is, realistically speaking, because you need that business time, I always tell people start up an LLC or start up a business of some kind. It doesn't have to be an LLC. Start up a business formation, and only thing that you do is just you start up your business credit, and then just pay to and say y'all made $0, so you're not paying any taxes. It's not costing you a tremendous amount of money. So by the time you have your business idea, like Chris, you were talking about with your HVAC stuff that you want to do, if you know you want to open a business, it's going to take you about 3 years. If you wait until the third, like in 3 years from now, to start up your business structure, you can't take out any loans because you don't have any business time. If you start your business structure out now, and you just say that we haven't made any money, or you claim losses on everything, so you're not paying any taxes, you have 3 years of business time, 3 years of tax returns, and 3 years of business credit, because you just been building it up in the meantime. So as soon as you're ready to go, bam, I'm about to start borrowing everything. And that's when I'm saying, like, some of those things that are so different that we don't do, we wait until we do it. And now it's like, I can't get no funding for it. I gotta wait 2 years to get a business loan to buy the $50,000 worth of equipment. But no, if you go ahead and prepare for it now, you don't have to wait. You don't wait until you're ready to start the business to open up a business. Matter of fact, even though I just paid for it, my business, the company that I use, and make any money, all my stuff is already in place. So now I can immediately start going now that I'm ready. I didn't even know what kind of business I was going to open. I just had it so that everything was going and like it was supposed to go. And that's
You just went ahead and paid for your LLC.
We got to talk about this
everything. You went ahead and paid for everything, and you let it sit. And that's the reason why people say the average business is 5 years before it gets up and running, because people usually just let it sit until they get that credit.
Yep. And they just let the credit build, because once you establish that credit, you go get something from Home Depot, go in there and buy some paper towels. Like, it doesn't matter what you spend it on. Like, you can buy stuff that you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Home Depot and buy paper towels. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, get a business card somewhere and just go buy something that you needed anyway, just for the house, and just don't go crazy. I mean, discipline like everything else, and you build that business credit up over that time, and that'll automatically build it for you. And now you got that established credit, and now you go borrow $50,000 for equipment.
Hey, Chris, let me get this one question before you go into it. I got one question.
No. Dante, what you about to say, man?
No, I was gonna say, man, something like contrary to what he was saying, though. He basically saying you kind of got to separate your needs from your wants, like basically what you want to, what you try to get out of, and basically trying to invest in what you're trying to get, and then and kind of and what we try to get back from it, and then maybe I think that's what he's trying to say. That's what I would think. If I'm going the right way, but like basically like basically like what like you were saying about the like house, trying to get your credit up and you trying to get a house, and about $10,000 thing, and you gotta pay this. I don't know if you're saying like the mortgage, like a mortgage type, or just another.
No, you right. It's the same concept. Like, everybody wait until they're ready to buy a house right that moment to start getting ready to buy a house. Like, bro, you're gonna buy a house at some point in time. Get ready now. Like, start getting ready now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like you never gonna do it. So start getting ready now. You know it's coming. Like, stop being reactive, be more proactive about everything. And that's how you can start to get ahead. Instead of you just waiting for, hey, I'm ready to buy a house. I think I'm ready to buy a house. What do I need to do? Find out what you need to do now, do it, and then buy the house.
Gotcha.
And one question on what you was talking about with the business and the credit. Now, this is my question. When it comes to nonprofit, right? Could you set your business up as a nonprofit that whole time for them 5 years? And then as soon as you make profit, the business is no longer a nonprofit? Or is that legality issue?
Yeah, that's a legality issue. But that's really, so not to give necessarily legal advice, but that's just a matter of changing the business structure. I would like, you can always change that at any time. Like, it may cost you to do it, but you can always change it at any time. And you still get the same business credit because it's attached to the same EIN number.
Gotcha.
Like the same way it'll be attached to your social. Like, it wouldn't, that ain't going, that won't change anything. You could absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the biggest thing is making sure you claiming those taxes, and you just claim them as zero because you didn't make any money. So it's not like you lying or anything. You just, hey, I ain't made no money. But it's making sure you actually do the time. People don't want to take the time to actually do it, or I don't want to pay the $200 to file my taxes every year. And like we were talking about earlier, bro, I got shoes that cost more than $200. Like, bro, spend it, like get yourself in order. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just don't buy one pair of shoes and file your taxes, bro. Like relax.
So look. So for this podcast, I got a logo. We have a name.
Mm-hmm.
We have a product.
Mm-hmm.
How can we effectively brand ourselves and get sponsors from what we're doing?
Yours is, you're gonna need the trademark.
Okay.
You're gonna need to trademark it. What's the other one? Trademark, or not copyright. You need a trademark. So you need to trademark just the name, because like you don't want to start getting your you moving it up. My man said about the surveys, like start engaging people, because that just gets them to know. Because that was actually something like, bro, I didn't even know, because I got to ask you how to watch it, because I didn't even know you had a podcast, because I would have been watching it. I was like, I didn't even know.
Ain't no problem. I got you.
I was like, I didn't even know. I was like, say, I'm gonna share it. So I'll share it, whatever the case may be. But and just actually engaging people. So I mean, like he was talking about with the marketing background. So one of the things that's like really difficult, we get into bro, matter of fact, you talked about it earlier. You like, I'm so worried about I'm gonna fail, or you so worried about what the outcome might be. Like the thing with marketing and marketing yourself is no such thing as marketing too much. And what I mean by that is, bro, right now today you can turn on the TV and see a Pepsi commercial. You see a McDonald's commercial. They ain't like, bro, niggas drink Pepsi, bro. I'm not doing no commercials. They still look, wait till the Super Bowl come on. You
Yeah.
still gonna see all they still dropping
This is all
15,
commercials.
20, yeah, 10,
Every
20
commercial.
million dollars for 30 seconds. Bro,
Yeah.
if
That's real.
Pepsi never do another commercial, we still gonna drink Pepsi. Like
Yeah.
if
It's
they
real.
never do another commercial ever.
Even
That's
Coca-Cola.
real.
Right.
And I was thinking about the same thing, man. Me and John, we be having a conversation. It's certain brands that don't need the advertisement or the promo, but they still Jordan does not need promo or advertising for the retro shoes. Now for the new motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? They probably need it. Right?
Hey, hold on. Let me ask y'all. Let me tell y'all something,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Y'all
Like the
realize the
13.
new. You know, Jordan came out with every new shoe Jordan came out was pretty much the same shoe. He just made it look a little different.
Yeah.
Same
Like
concept. So I just
the
realized that.
retro
I'm like,
the retro Jordans, every month when they come out, you don't need a commercial.
No.
You don't need a commercial. You don't need an old school. But like I say, it's just certain brands like that. But like you say though, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Allstate,
yeah,
Tostitos, Cheetos, Doritos, you know what I'm saying? All these old.
Hey, they be killing on Dorito commercials.
Cheerios, all these old.
Yeah.
He said all these old.
Some of these companies like Doritos and stuff like that, they are staplement market companies. What I mean by that is they're imprinted in your head because they've seen so much.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, you got companies that are out here that are thriving off of word of mouth marketing.
Right.
Cookout. You ain't never seen a Cookout commercial.
Nope.
But word of mouth Cookouts out here killing.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Now,
Think about everything.
I don't mean to cut you off, John. One thing I will say to your point on that. Now, the one difference is like once you get like that word of mouth and that type of marketing, like you said, where you're not doing any advertisement, those are really your loyal people. And that's that very organic marketing that's going to like really stay attached to you.
Right.
Yeah, so I will say that.
If you remember, Chris, when Cookout first came to Elizabeth City State, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that wasn't from Greensboro, Charlotte, areas that had a cookout was like, yo, what's that? And I'm like, yo, bro, you can go get a drink, a fry, and two sides for $4.95. For $5, nigga.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll pay like $7 on mine though. Like,
I mean, that's what it was back then. Like, it's probably don't went up now. But like you said, that's that organic market.
Oh, okay.
Because when those people go everywhere else and that place is new there, it's like, nah, you need to fuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it a while. I ain't know what Cookout was. I went up there, I pulled up. They said I get a sandwich, two sides, and a drink for $5. I was like, man, no, somebody lying. Hey man, what? Somebody lying, man. Too much food. Too much food, $5, man. So I'm paying $1 for everything on this plate, pretty much. No, y'all cheating. Somebody lying, man. Somebody lying.
And he had some banging milkshakes too, man.
Yeah, right, man. So talk about living in Texas, man. Talk about the difference, the cultural difference, man, from North Carolina to Texas. Talk about the food. Tell me some of these good food spots in San Antonio, man. What's going on? You talk about
San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm in San Antonio. Bro, so this is the thing about San Antonio. You know, I had told you before, it was like it's a crazy amount of Hispanic population out here that I was like, I had no idea about. So part of this is gonna sound racist, and I don't mean it in a racist way, but you know where we from in North Carolina, like, and I've told them, like, most of the Mexicans that I talk to out here, I tell them, I'm like, bro, I was totally wrong. I didn't even know. So North Carolina, everybody, like all the women clean houses and all the dudes work on cars or work in the field. Like that's what I grew up seeing, like all the Mexicans, bro. But I get out here, bro, they in Bentleys, they G-Wagon up, like, bro, because I said all the dudes look like they play baseball. Like they all look, bro, can they be escalated up where they be fresh head to toe? I'm like, yo, like
Bruh.
yo, that joint was a crazy like culture shock for me because I had never seen Mexicans doing like so well.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't even know that I had that misconception about them until I got here and seen them like doing well. Like, bro, even some of the women like here, like some of them, because I ain't never seen no attractive Mexican woman back home. Like I just like, but they got some out here. I mean, now, like Charles Barkley said, they got some blocks too now, but but I ain't gonna get into that too much. I'm married.
Hey, yo, you ain't see the wall over there.
San Antonio is the churros. That's
you ain't see the wall over there, did you?
Yeah, nah, I ain't seen no wall. Cause we about what 3 hours from Mexico. We like 3 hours from Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, bro, San Antonio is closer to Mexico than it is to Dallas.
Damn.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It is.
Man,
Yeah.
no.
Actually, y'all, what you about an hour from Laredo?
Yep.
I
So-
love Laredo.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I got a cousin. I got a cousin still over there in San Antonio. I don't know what part though.
Yeah, that's
So-
all. Like, it's nice though.
you talked about the Mexican street food.
Yeah.
What about it is so? What about it tastes so damn good?
So, bro, so this is the thing with like Mexican food that's different. So, what we don't find out, or what we didn't know, is like even the authentic Mexican places like we eat back home in North Carolina, that's still like Tex-Mex. Because most like actual real Mexican food don't have cheese in it. Like all the cheese that we put up there is not like a authentic Mexican thing. That's like American Mexican Tex-Mex food. And so you get like really, really like authentic food down here. Like it's very, very authentic. It's really good. Like I told you, bro, we eat tacos probably 2 times, 3 times a week sometimes. I ain't never ate tacos as much ever in my life, dog. Bro, and it's crazy because you were talking about the restaurant, bro. We was let me see, 2 days ago. Matter of fact, we was on the way to Dallas. We were leaving San Antonio. We was on the way to Dallas to pick up the truck. We were leaving San Antonio. They were building some new taco spot, and I was like, yes, because we really need another taco spot. Like, bro, they got Taco Palenka. Like, bro, it's just, bro, it's so many taco spots. Like, I know it sounds like I'm being funny, but bro, they literally be parked at the gas station with a food truck. Like, every single gas station got a taco spot at the gas station.
God,
like,
dog.
Yeah, like, bro, I'm like, bro, how is it so many? Like, who is eating all these tacos? But they like dumb cheap. They 99 cents. So you go in there, give me 5, 6 tacos. Like it's cheap.
Man, see, but how I get down, boy. I done bought about 5 on 5 beef, 5 chicken, and took it home and got down.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is though. Like dead serious. That's is everything is Mexicanized. Plus, also I guess the heavy Hispanic population here, all the food is Mexicanized like heavily. So even like the soul food, like everything is Mexicanized. So you don't even really like. I don't really like any of like the soul food restaurants because it all tastes like Mexican food.
What in the world? So they got like collard greens.
Yeah, like
got like bell peppers and
everything like just Mexican. So you just end up eating the Mexican food because you don't want like Mexican soul food.
But I will tell you this though. I will tell you this. They are a different breed from North Carolina, Georgia. And this ain't being, racist or none of that. But they different because up here, they ain't really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really cool with us. Like, depends. You go to the city. You go to the cities like Greensboro and Charlotte. You might see them catch them hanging along with us. In Georgia, you'll catch them hanging along with us with the G-Wagon and the, you know what I'm saying, driving the Bentley with the rims on it, the old school car. You know what I'm saying? The real Mexican in Georgia, Florida, Texas. You know what I'm saying? But the ones in these little country towns, they don't fuck with niggas, man.
No, not at all, bro. And that was my thing. I was like, bro, I just never seen that. But like down here, bro, nah, they
cool.
Yeah,
they cool, bro. Like, they don't bother you. You don't bother them. They'll throw the deuces, say what's happening, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
bro. One quick disparity that I kind of want to share with you all, where like just kind of talking about racism and how baked in racism is in our country. So one of the processes on the mortgage process, you have to collect what's called HMDA information, which is about ethnicity, sex, and race. And that's how the government regulates to make sure that the banks are not discriminating on who they're lending to. Okay. So you literally have to ask about if they're Hispanic, Black, Mexican, yada, 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 XYZ. So there's one question that asks about if they're Hispanic or not, and it gives all the different types of Hispanic, and then it asks not Hispanic, or I do not wish to provide. So they may choose Hispanic. Now there's a second question that asks about your race. The first one is ethnicity, the second one is race. So we'll talk about American, Indian, Black, white, Asian, all these different things. There's no option up there that actually reflects Spanish people. So they often say white. So what that does in turn is it actually skews all the numbers to white people in many ways. So think about it like this. So think about it from this kind of way. When you're talking about like racial divides and can we ever even catch up? So if they select white, it's already a certain type of person typically that's qualified to buy a house. So what they essentially do is it doesn't include any of the poor Hispanics because they're not included in that white.
Yeah.
But it's the Hispanics that are doing well enough to buy a house and they're included as white. So now when they're doing all the numbers and talking about all the different ones, it looks like the numbers are way, way inflated. And that's part of the reason why they're so inflated, because it says white up there. And one of the other things that's so interesting about that, when it lists out everything, I found it so funny. I said, our country is so rooted in racism. When you ask the race, because you're required to read all of the questions to them, the last one that it asks about is white. It literally asks about everything before white because we're required to read them all. And we know that it's mostly white people and they'll answer before we get to the end if we don't ask them last. So they ask about everybody else first, and then they say white or I do not wish to not subscribe, do not wish to disclose. And they put white last because they know that most of the people who answer, because if you said white first, they be like, yeah, I'm white, and you wouldn't get a chance to read all the rest of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I say it's so crazy how it's like so baked into it. And it became a big problem for me when I moved down here to San Antonio, because back home, everybody was either black or white. So it wasn't really a big deal when I'm asking this question. But now I'm sitting across the desk from Spanish people or Mexican people, and I'm reading it and they were like, they don't really have an option for me. I was like, well, what do you want to be? And then it's already crazy because obviously you're not catching many black mortgage bankers. Most of them are white. So they're just kind of sitting there and they looking at me, and I was like, you don't have to choose black just because I'm black. Like, choose what you want to choose. Like, I don't care what you choose. It don't matter to me. But most of them have to choose white, even though they're not white and do not identify as white, but it ends up skewing those numbers for white people. Like it's just a crazy, it's a very crazy phenomenon with that. And that's so baked in. But I was like, I don't know what you would put because it's race, it's not ethnicity or that. I was like, because you can't put yellow, like, you know what I'm saying, brown. And like, but they always identify as white, even though they don't really want to. And this is a very big problem down here.
Like, so my next question is about the census. Does the census, in your opinion, really matter when it comes to buying houses in certain communities and environments? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give me a second here. Give me a second. Let me.
That's crazy. I thought the census was like, hey, bro, tell me who you live beside, who live right here, these black folk, them white folk. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
Well, so it's this thing called gerrymandering, and that's what the census is a point of. So the thing that we don't necessarily get, the census affects like the 10 years after us. And so when you fill out that census, it's going to not necessarily help you in the short term, but it helps in the future. And where they use the census information is trying to break up districts. So let me kind of explain how that even works. So let's say that you have 50 people. 30 of them are black, 20 of them are white. So we can very easily tell that the black people should have a majority there, since it's 30 and 20. Now, they say, well, we got to split this into 5 different districts. Okay. So when they split it into 5 different districts, instead of them splitting it equally 10, 10, 10, like 10 with black people, 10 with black people, 10 with black people, 10 with white, 10 with white people, 10 with white people.
Yeah.
They'll put 20 black people in one district, or they put all the black people in one district, or split them up so they're in 1 or 2. And the way that they draw it is so that it may be 5 black people in each one. So in 10 white people, or they put it like 6 and 4 or 6 and 4, so that even though there are more black people, they draw it in a certain way so that the black people numbers get minimized. And those are things that happen because of not doing the census, because they don't necessarily know where we're at, or they know where we're at, so they purposely try to go around those areas because they know we're not going to fill them out. And because we don't fill out the census, because you know how black people are, ain't nobody coming up to us or knocking on our door and start asking us a whole bunch of questions.
Hell no.
Like that, just why you want to know who live here? Why you want to know?
Our parents done tell us that don't answer no question, no matter who comes to the door, don't answer the door, don't matter who it is,
right.
unless it's me.
So now what happens is you get these people that break up these districts like that, and these politicians, and then they say, well, this district got a population of 1 million. This district only got a population of 250,000, even though it really has 1 million, but 750,000 of us didn't fill out the census. Okay, well, if we send funds here, it's helping that district more because there's more people there.
True.
And that's not necessarily what actually is the case, but they already know we're not going to fill out the census because we're like, that's how we get down as black people. Because my wife was talking about me this last time when the guy was walking around for the census, and I chased him down and was like, nah, I want to do it. He was like, yes, I want to do the census. Yes. Yeah. Like, bro, I'm dead serious. Like, bro, we talking during Corona. I ran down the street and rolled up on him. It was a little Asian dude. I was like, bro, I want to do the census. He was like, oh, okay. He was like, you live here? Yeah, I'll be right there. Yes, I want to do it.
So look, man, I want to ask, being black in America, man, being black in Texas, being black in your profession,
yeah,
have you experienced anything as far as racism, people talking to you nasty, when you're the one that have to be like, hey, bro, come with me, come talk to him. This gonna be the man that's gonna get you straight. I'm the middleman. I'm a, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna introduce you to the plug. Boom, and we good. Has anyone ever still came at you sideways like, hey, bro, nigga, boy?
I do you one better, bro. I do you one better. So it wasn't exactly like that blatant sideways, but it wasn't. So when I first moved to Texas and I started working as a mortgage banker, I was working at Chase.
Okay.
And I put them out there, so whatever. I was working at Chase, but I went and applied for a position on the north side of San Antonio, which is the richer side of San Antonio.
Okay.
I go in there, kill the interview. They love me, all that good stuff. They were like, hey, we're gonna be in touch. So I get a call from the south side manager. They didn't know I was black till I showed up to the interview. They put me in a branch on the south side because they felt like I could communicate with the population better.
Whoa.
Yeah, they were like, well, you know, it's good because we want to make sure we got representation in there. I was like, but this is the thing. That would have been different if y'all put me in a rich black people neighborhood. Y'all put me in the hood. Bro, I can't do any business in the hood. Nobody can get approved in the hood. Because where the difference comes in, when I'm trying to approve you on a house in the hood, or so if you're in a rich neighborhood, you may have to do some work to get somebody approved, but at least you have something to work with. Like it may be, oh, I forgot, I claimed all losses on my business this year. We really made $1 million, but I only claimed 40,000 because I ain't want to pay taxes. Okay, we can work with that. We can find some way to finagle. But when you come in with a 6 credit score, and yes, I mean 6, yes, with a 6, like that, ain't nothing I can do with that.
6?
Yeah, 6. 6. Yeah, I'll be like, bro. Hey, bro, all right, man.
Damn, what did you do to get a 6, my boy?
Yeah, nah, bro, on some serious, the lowest credit score.
Condoms on credit.
Like, bro, you know, lowest I ever seen, so it only go down to 350. The lowest I ever seen was a 353. bro. And I asked my man, I was like, bro, have you ever paid anybody back for anything? Like, I'm talking like, have you ever like borrowed a quarter and gave that back? Like, bro, you ain't never paid back nothing. I was like, bro. I was like, bro, if you come in the bank to apply, like they not even gonna let you borrow the pencil to fill out the paper because they know they're not gonna get the pen back.
Wait, hold up. This nigga said,
That's
I'm
wild,
sorry, I
man.
didn't mean to say ill word. This brother said a 6.
Hey,
A
I
6.
thought of
No
one thing.
zeros, nothing in front, nothing behind.
Yeah, bro. I was like, yo,
6. Nigga,
I
you
thought
didn't
of
pay
one
the
thing.
lunch lady. Growing up, you didn't pay the lunch lady.
yep, right. I was like, bro, you ain't never paid. Yeah, I'm like, hey, bro, pay attention. Oh, you ain't gonna pay that neither. Okay.
I thought of one thing, right? When you said you went to the South Side to work with the black people that can't get approved. Well, they, you know what I'm saying, working to get approved. I was thinking of that movie Drag Me to Hell, right? Mm-hmm. You know how when that lady didn't approve that one lady, right? And she put that little curse on. I was thinking like, what if like this ratchet ass female from like the hood in San Antonio would came in like she would have did her little shit, you feel me? You were like, nigga, you better give me my motherfucker, you better approve me, motherfucker. And she did like some kind of ratchet spell. I don't know. My mind go different places.
We got it, bro. No, you right, bro. I would get some of that. They be like, man, you ain't even trying to help nobody. I was like, look, we here to make money. If you need help, you need to call the Red Cross, bro. Yeah, I was like, bro, I can't. No, I'm not here to help you. You need to call 911, the Red Cross.
This is Red Cross.
Yeah, I'm not here to help you. You're right. I'm not trying to help you.
Did anybody hit you one of them Miss Sealy curses? Everything you do, won't.
I ain't hit me with that. Like, bro, I mean, I would try to tell them, but it's yeah, but nah, bro, they literally put me over there in the hood, and I actually pressed my boss about it. And I was like, I feel like y'all put me in the hood because I was black, because I didn't even interview for a position over here. And he just kind of smiled at me. He was a white guy. He just kind of smiled at me, and I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. So I left shortly there after that. But yeah, they put me in the hood. I'm
gonna say this, man. I got tried at work. I got tried too. They tried me. They tried me like a freak at a cut party, cuz. I told them, I said, look, I ain't going over there, kinfolk. They were like, yeah. I said, okay, how much you want to bet? So they say, all right, then we supposed to go. Okay, cool. Say less. Right. Hey, man, I told the one dude, I was like, look, man, don't be like me. I did what I had to do to prove a point, but I got something lined up. Don't even get down. Don't copy me. Don't copy me. But I did what I had to do to prove a point. So, and you know.
Nah, that's why I said, nah, you get tried out here. It's not as racist, I don't think, overall, in my opinion, from experience. I had that experience, but more often than not, I mean, like they're pretty accepting of everybody out here from what I've experienced. Let me say that.
Have you helped anybody of notoriety, like of upper echelon status, find the crib?
Let me see here. Let me see anybody that anybody would know.
If you can't talk about it, you can't drop names.
No. I'm trying to think of anybody that y'all would know. Like I've helped a couple of like local politician type things. But I'm trying to think of anybody that not with crib wise. Let me see here. I worked with Romeo Langford, the basketball.
The Celtics. The Michigan State. Yes, sir. Come on, man.
I worked with him. My partner, he a former overseas hooper. We put in touch to do some business stuff with him a little bit. That was last year. Well, year before last now. 2019. I'm trying to think anybody else that's really like notoriety. He probably the most like well-known person. Other than that, it's been some rich people. Like the richest person I dealt with, like that wasn't like Hooper type joint, but it was just Dennis. Bro, this cat made $144,000 a month.
What?
Yeah, a month.
Wow.
What the
But that
hell?
joint was crazy.
What the fuck he got
He
going?
a
Hold on,
dentist.
man. He got to send me the recipe. Hold on. What's going on?
Bro,
I
this
need to get over here. So
I need that.
bro, I was like, bro, $144,000 a year I'm singing. He made it a month. Bro, it was so bad. Or what really killed me about
He said $144,000 a year.
nah,
He down there a month.
That means
A month. He down
means
in
like
your area. He
$77,000
down in your area.
every 2 weeks.
no, actually, this dude was out of he was a dude I got hooked up with out of Cali. He was a doctor, a dentist out of Cali.
That's like
It's a lot of people.
some change.
It's a lot of people with messed up teeth in California.
Bro,
There's a lot of people with messed up teeth in California.
77 and some change every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Bro, this is what killed me about it though. So never mind all that, bro. He was buying a Tesla. He was buying a Tesla. So, bro, I sent my man paperwork back. Normally it take me like 24 hours to get a decision back. I sent it back. The guy was like, yeah, he got a loan with us before. His documents are approved in like 15 minutes. And I was like, bro, y'all sure y'all don't want to look at this to make sure this is right?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, $144,000 a month. Bro, because he said that to me. I was like, what?
That's some young scammer nigga money right there.
Yeah, nah, bro, yeah. Bro, I almost quit and became a dentist, bro.
What?
Yeah, that's kingpin money right now.
That's 77,000 every 2 weeks, my nigga.
Yeah, bro, that joint was crazy, bro.
Boy, he's
I was
gonna be working a lot of overtime.
Bro, like,
yeah,
I
bro,
wouldn't even know what to do.
no, bro, this was the thing though. The Tesla, he bought a Tesla, then he came back 6 months later and bought a Porsche. He wasn't even buying them for himself. He was co-signing on them for his grandkids. He wasn't even buying them for himself. Like, bro, imagine buying your grandkids a Porsche and a Tesla, bro. Like, not even for yourself to drive.
People have unbelievable amounts of money and have no idea what to do with it, right? That's why I think so many white people go off and buy like wild animals, like Joe Exotic. That's why he bought the type. Like, I can't even say he was rich or he had money because he was feeding motherfuckers old Walmart meat. Like, so I can't even say he had money.
Well, bro, so this is the thing. So two things about that, bro. One of the things that I said I learned really quickly was having money doesn't mean you know how it works. And that's where that's why a lot of these ball players and that's why they go broke. Cause they don't, just cause you got a lot don't mean you know how it works. And a lot of people don't know how to work. That's number one. Right. Number two, bro, like you said, y'all seen them photos where they be like, oh, it's a broke dude, he got on an $800 outfit, but then you got a billionaire, he got on a $100 outfit. And they try to come at you. So, like, although that may be true, the thing that people miss about that is they don't understand how our culture works. So, of course, he's not gonna have on no Gucci belt. Like, that's not a part of his culture. But you're gonna walk in his house and he's gonna have a $50,000 painting on the wall in a room that he don't even go in. Like, bro, that's also a waste of money. So it's not that they just waste money differently. And I hate how people kind of come at people like that. Like, bro, if I want to buy a $2,000 pair of shoes, I'm gonna buy a $2,000 pair of shoes. Okay,
This shit.
Like, stop counting my pockets, bro, because they waste money too.
Yeah, you're right. Like Meek Mill said, there's levels of this shit, man. So and we spend money on rims and waste money on like CD players and speaker boxes. Like you say, what they'll do, they'll take that and buy a Basquiat and throw it in a room and we'll never see it. Be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this painting for $4 million, put it in this room, probably by 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 years. It'll be worth 16 million. I'm straight.
Actually, bro, I'm trying to figure out.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, bro.
I'm trying to figure out the.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
No, I was saying you're talking about the rich folks and stuff. I'm like, okay, you know what? Ply said I got 10. No, Lil Wayne said I got 10. One of them said that I got 10 bathrooms. Bathrooms. But why you gonna have 10 bathrooms and I know you got a big house, but I mean, what you need 10 bathrooms and whatever, how many bedrooms? You know, I mean, you gonna move everybody in there, motherfucker.
Exactly. That's why I was like, they waste money too, bro. I put you on another hustle that they do, bro, while we on the paintings. So, bam. Matter of fact, let's take us 3 right here, okay? So let's say you paint stuff, okay? So you paint stuff. You draw a painting. It take you what or not? It take you 2 days to paint it. You went to Michael's or wherever, one of them little stores, Hobby Lobby. You bought $50 worth of material or canvas. You painted it. We're gonna say Dante, he a art appraiser. He gonna come through. He gonna come through and be like, oh, this is a Chris. Yeah, yeah, $2 million. It's worth $2 million. And then, and then John, he got an art studio. We gonna sell it at his. You gonna donate it to John's art studio for $2 million, and he gonna write you a write-off check saying that you donated $2 million worth of assets, and now you got a tax write-off, and you ain't done nothing.
Come on, hustling, man. They like I did not know they did each other like that. I was watching The Founder. You ever seen the movie The Founder about the dude that found McDonald's? Bro, he straight took the whole idea straight from them brothers, bro. I was like, yo, how in the world you steal a whole idea, the whole business, the whole company? How you steal everything?
Bro, but I ain't never seen that though. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna put you on another part about it that kills it, bro. When the last time you met a black art appraiser?
You know what?
Because we don't do stuff like that. Because we
ain't
on game.
You know what? Same thing. Art appraiser. Freaking. Like. When you walk through safety inspectors and inspectors for like houses and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? To walk through with a house appraisal. But bro, you know what's crazy? Right. The bullet points to becoming an appraiser is so small.
Yep.
To be someone, to be an inspector for the houses and construction, this shit is so small. It's like, bro, do you know that all of us right now, I believe, I want to say, if I remember correctly, all of us right now could be inspectors for like houses and whatnot. I believe you needed a 4-year degree. You needed a 4-year degree, and I believe you needed like a trade or something like that. So I forgot what it was. But we looked it up in class, and I was like, "That's it." Yeah. So that's it.
Like, bro, I'm gonna take you one step further because I had a deep conversation about this a couple of weeks ago. Actually in a clubhouse room, but either way. So every time, like I mentioned earlier, everybody want to be a real estate guru and investor now. So, but bro, we know tons of black real estate agents. Like everybody know a black real estate agent. We don't know any black house appraisers. Now, think about all the racism that goes on. We will be fools to think that the racism didn't touch house appraisers. So think about all of the value we've lost in the black community because you had a racist house appraiser. Oh, this house worth $250? Yeah, I think it's worth $210 because they black. And think about that by the time you multiply that by all the times that could have possibly happened over the last 50 years. Like we lost a ton of value just from racism off that, and you can't even prove it.
That's crazy.
I got a question. How much of that do you think is we focus on the big idea, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't focus on the little stuff in between. For instance, we want to be the athlete. Nobody wants to be the agent.
Yep.
We want to be just like you said. We want to be the real estate agent. Nobody wants to be the appraiser. We don't know how to capitalize off the minuscule point of profession.
Yep.
And I think that's the big problem. Mm-hmm. I think that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because being an appraiser is that shit's crazy. Like why we ain't got that many black meteorologists?
Yep. No, you are spot on. You are absolutely spot on. And that's always one of the problems. Like, bro, I think I heard Kenny Smith say last week that it only had been a total of 4,900 NBA players since the NBA started.
I seen that. I heard that. I heard that.
There have been 4,900 of them. But think about how many executives each of those teams have. How much like staff, like not even like high level executives, like who's the manager of the people that clean up the stadium. Like I'm sure they get paid Not, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't even looked at any of them careers.
Yeah.
Right.
In there, like, bro, everybody ain't a 6'8" like that's just what it is. Everybody ain't gonna be a 6'8", but at the same time, like, you know, a lot of us could be GMs, a lot of us could do all these different jobs, and we never even look at them until that first thing don't work. Like he said, we don't look at all the minuscule little things. We just want to be the athlete. Like, bro, if I ain't on the field, I ain't trying to do it.
Yeah, you're right.
And that everybody ain't built for it.
Man,
I didn't even
you
realize
know,
you can actually.
Do you know how much a water boy get paid in the NFL?
Right.
You know how much a towel boy get paid in the NFL?
Right.
A cowboy.
You know what I'm saying?
Or how about the people in charge of people in charge of them? Like,
yeah, just think about it. Like that shit, that would make you think twice. Like let's just say, for instance, they make $70,000 a year just to hand towels out. It might be more than that, because to ride the bench, to be a bench warmer in the NFL is at least $300,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how much you think a towel boy or a ball boy or a water boy make?
I think so.
If they grown, you know what I'm saying? Or you watch tennis. You watch tennis. The little dude that go out there and grab the ball in tennis.
Yep. I don't even know what
people that
be
squatted down in that money grab the ball.
They go out of bounds. Yeah, he'll grab the ball.
How much you think they make? Yeah. So yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Man,
I agree. That's why we got to open those things up for our community, bro. That's where we missing out at. We don't take advantage, like you said, of that in between area.
It's
but you know them people, man, they already know somebody. That's how they get them type of jobs, because they probably they daddy or their mama is probably big time whatever they do, and you know what I'm saying. That's probably why they.
Exactly, because Dante, Chris, that's what I was talking about earlier when I was making the HBCU statement.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, it's nothing against HBCUs at all. Like, I love going to a HBCU, but I was we ain't gotten it. Like, at least then, you know, we coming along now, but like, we don't know nobody. We don't have anything. We can't even truly help each other because we don't have anything.
You ain't lying. We can't rub our elbows with, you know what I'm saying, Michael Bay. Like, if we go to school and major in film or production or filmography or whatever, we can't rub elbows with Quentin Tarantino or Michael Bay. You know what I'm saying? We can't holler at these people in person or get them on the email, but like, hey man, what's up? I love your movies. You know, we can't do that. But like, look at the University of Texas, got your boy Matthew McConaughey as a free coach. Central. Now, was it Central or Winston? Y'all had dudes who play.
Yeah, Central.
Y'all had play. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that we can help with, but not in all. I remember talking to a doctor, man. One of the guys we went to college with, he's a doctor now. He left Elizabeth City State, he graduated from Elizabeth City State, and he went to Ohio State. And I asked him, I said, hey bro, how was your time at ECSU? He was like, man, bro, ECSU didn't even prepare me for the white man world. Like it didn't prepare me to come out here with these white folks at Ohio State. They been knowing stuff that I had no idea about. And I was like, that's freaking crazy, bro. That's crazy, dog.
Bro, and I
got something I want to.
Yeah.
All right. So let me say this last little thing, and I gotta dip out because I gotta get fuel. But think about this for a second, right? Until Tyler Perry built that studio in Atlanta, right? Where has there been a place where black people that do like theater and stuff like that? Where has been a place that had a university, a HBCU, that makes movies in Hollywood like? Because there ain't no HBCUs in California. The farthest one out west is Oklahoma. All the HBCUs are on the East Coast. And there's no Hollywood type area besides Atlanta. So how was we at an HBCU going to bump elbows with a Chadwick Boseman or Denzel Washington unless they came from our universities or came from our area?
Yep.
Because they made sure strategically we didn't have an HBCU out in California near Hollywood where they're prominent at. But how many PWIs is out there?
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know, he told. I mean, he probably had like he went to them whatever school he went to, Chadwick Boseman. You know, rest in peace to him. You know, he probably he reached out to Denzel Washington, unless he reached out to him one way or the other. And so I guess that's how he got his shot, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he probably worked hard at acting and stuff too. Because you know, he had to. You know, he already said in the interview, he said he had to pay Denzel Washington back for putting him on and stuff. So, so he did that.
Yeah, that's what I said, bro. And it's not the knock, and that's why I was like, I don't want people to think I'm coming, because I've gotten into the debate with people, and you know, and they won't hit me with the Uncle Tom line because they know that ain't me. But like, you know, just the how you gonna bash a HBCU? You came up from a HBCU and you were successful, and then but I asked him, I was like, but do you know how much more successful I may have been had I went to a white university? Because I don't know who I would have met there. Because I said, as of today, I met people that touched my life, but I haven't met. There was nobody that I met while I was at college that has put me in a better like position where somebody like, hey, I need something, yada yada yada. I was like, oftentimes I'm the person they call, like like I'm the one they call to get stuff, you know, which is fine. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, like, I don't mind being the one that got to fall on the sword, but how many more people could I have possibly helped had I been even further? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what it is. I could have helped even more people had I been further, or if I am further than what I am.
That's real, because like, do you know how hard it is to get a internship at a HBCU?
Yep.
Like, but could you imagine being the minority at a PWI and them throwing internship opportunities at you?
Right.
Like, hey, like we have an internship with the NFL and they need a minority. Come on, let's go. You feel me? But at the HBCU, it's like crab in the barrel mentality. I'm trying to do better than you because, like you said earlier, we competing. Like, you my brother, but we competing. Like, shit, I got to make my mama proud just like you got to make yours proud. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
so
right.
We compete.
Like I told you, bro, the guy that I had, the white guy, his father owned the engineering firm, so he was there for engineering. Yeah, hold on, y'all.
All right, no problem. Everything good, bro?
Yeah, Chris, I gotta step off. All right.
We finna dip out in a minute, probably about another 20 minutes. We're gonna do these salutations and we're gonna sign out, man.
All right, big dog.
That's it there?
Yeah, he said hold on real quick, man. But Dante, what you been up to, man?
Just working and stuff, man, pretty much. You know, trying to get myself, get situated. Yeah, I mean, prior to what you were saying about the, buying the houses and stuff, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he brought that up, though. It kind of, so I know, like, okay, so this is what I need to do, this step I need to take.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's all good, though.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, my bad, bro. My wife down there burning hot dogs. Y'all was like, bro, what is that? Yeah, she was like, no, she was like, I left it in there too long.
It's all good, man. My bad about earlier. I was looking up some facts and I was completely wrong about being a building inspector. You do need class. You need a certain amount of class. I think it's like 120 hours. I was wrong about that. That was my fault. But I had to do a little research. You know what I'm saying? I know you like it. But no, I had to do some research because I didn't want to put out no wrong information.
Yeah, no,
I'm saying it didn't sound, you know what I'm saying, whatever, sound crazy, whatever.
I just edit it out. Nobody know. Nobody know. It's all good. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Like, half the time, bro, like I'm gonna tell you, man, one, like my struggle with this podcast is this, and I'm gonna probably edit this out, man, but I might leave it in there. Fuck it, I don't care. But the problem is we don't want to listen to helpful shit.
Yep.
We want to listen to beef, you know, comedy, podcast, whatever. That's cool, which is cool. But at the same time, fashion, music, you know, whatever. Which is cool, ain't nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, it's like, when are we gonna take that time out to listen to something that we need? You know what I'm saying? Bro, and I struggle with it all the time because I'm like, I feel like everybody ain't rocking with it, but it ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? This podcast right here, it ain't for everybody. It's for the ones that got a hard time of hearing, but they still hear at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's for the ones that's like, hey, damn, say that again. What you just say? I heard what you said, but I wanted you to hear it if you were correct. Type stuff like that. You know what I mean? Man, anything you want to touch on, man? Anything else? We've been in this thing for about 2 hours, 15 minutes. Is there anything else you got for?
Okay. Not really I can think of. I didn't finish the house thing. Let me just kind of roll that back one more time. Go ahead. So once you get your income, so I had talked about your income getting at your 50% DTI or lower. So that really needs to be somewhere closer to 35 or 40% realistically. It really 30 to 40% DTI. So just kind of swing that back. That's your debt to income ratio. So this is the thing where we classically get into is we start trying to spend money that we ain't got yet. Like, hey, I think I'm gonna make more money, so it won't always be this tight. But we just need to get into the habit of not spending that way, but investing that way. Hey, well, I invest now because I know I will always make more money and then I can spend the opposite direction because we all like to spend more and invest.
I can trust that.
Right, like that's everybody, and we all guilty of it. I mean, I'm the same way.
You said it best, man. Got a problem with spending before I get it.
Yep.
Hey, Daddy said.
So as you're working on that income, just making sure that you're not stretching yourself out too much on the house, because a lot of people do that, and then they go and buy an overly expensive house, and that handicaps them in other areas too much. You know, and you still got to experience life and be able to. Everything is about balance. And so making sure that you're coming in very balanced when you're getting the house and knowing what you're doing. And that's also when I was talking about you start out early so that you're not putting yourself in a situation where you're starting to feel pressured, and you make sure that you're the best possible client that you can be. So nobody can like force you into anything that you don't really want. Like when you barely got enough money, you barely got enough credit, you barely make enough money. Now it's just like, man, look, I'll take whatever you give me. But not like, as much as we talk about it, bro. And that's one thing I admire about people that have their stuff together. But they come in there, no, I want this rate. I want this out. I want it on this house. And this is how much you're going to lend me. And I'm like, no, sir, I'm not. But it's good that you were so, you were so strong with it.
Hey, bro, I done seen white people walk in the car dealership, went straight up to the man and was like, I want this in this color, this how much I'm putting down, and that's how much I'm paying a month. Straight like that. I'm like, good God, who they talking to like that? They come in and talk on the phone like, bro, that's how it is for real.
Yeah. Oh, bro, no, I put you on game, bro. So whenever you go buy a car, get pre-qualified on the car first. Don't go to the dealership and apply at the dealership.
Sandwich.
Okay.
Where's the peanut butter jelly sandwich?
The jelly is over there by the stove. Yeah, it ain't open yet. That's why it's up. Yeah. Tell your mom to get it for you. The jelly, that strawberry jelly over there. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, you good, bro. Now this is gonna be a gym. Now I don't normally call my own stuff gyms, but this one's a gym. Like,
go ahead, get to him.
So I'm all about leasing cars personally, but if you are going to buy a car, don't go to the dealership and like let them run your credit. All do that. Call your bank first.
Gotcha.
Get pre-qualified. Get pre-approved on it. Your bank is actually going to send you a check. Okay, they're going to.
I'm sure I know about that.
your bank is going to send you a check. So
Yes, sir.
this gives you the opportunity. So if you like, hey, I want a $30,000 car, or I want to get pre-approved for 30, 40, 20, whatever it is, you already know how much the payment is. You already know what the interest rate is, and you can negotiate that while you're not there in a emotional state. Because when the car's shiny, I mean, shoot, bro, I can make the 500 work.
That's real. That's real.
But this allows you to negotiate when you're not under an emotional state.
That's real.
Now they're going to send you a check. You take that check to the dealership, and now you make a cash deal on your car, not you financing it. So the conversation is way different.
That's real. That's real. You ain't lying.
I wish I known that.
You ain't lying, because that bank gonna tell you, oh man, that car a 2000, well, it's 2021. That car 2016, and they want this much for it. Nah, bro, that's too much.
Yep.
Oh, do we got this in it? Do we got that in it? Oh no, it ain't top of the line. No, they asking too much for the cloth interior. Well, you ain't lying, bro. You are not. That's real.
Right. And that's the way that you go about buying a car, because if you just go in there, you're gonna end up with whatever they give you.
Yeah. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Yeah, bro, I don't rock like that. If I buy a car, like I said, I'm all about leasing cars too, and we may chop that up another time because I can get kind of deep into that. But I'm about leasing cars. You said
I got one more, and this is gonna be a sound bite. This is gonna be a clip. I'm gonna use this. Talk to us about flipping houses, man. Talk to us about equity on the house. How can you increase equity? How can you borrow off your house? Flipping houses, the whole whatever you can give us, man.
Got you. So, equity, so what equity is? It's the difference between the value of your home and how much you actually owe on the home, whether it be a loan. So even if you owe zero, whatever that difference is in it, and that's your equity there. So when people were talking about tapping into equity, one of the things that we all have to kind of keep in mind is, and this is a key. So I'm talking about flipping homes, but I talk about like homeowners because that just applies for more people first. One of the things that I suggest for anybody that owns a home, you also need to have a home equity line.
Gotcha.
Okay. What that home equity line does, like as soon as you get it, different banks have different qualifications for how you can get one. But one thing that you happen to need in order to, go ahead.
I'm still listening, bro. I just had to close my door. I just had to close my door real quick, man.
No, you good.
Yeah, like the hell. You know, like goddamn. Like she learned how to whisper in the helicopter. Go ahead, man.
Brett, so you get the home equity line. You get that home equity line. So it does a couple of things for you. What a home equity line is, imagine having a credit card that's backed by your house.
Ooh.
Function just like a credit card backed by your house. But what this allows you to do is it actually allows you to physically not interact. What's the word I'm looking? Access. Thank you. Sorry. Access your equity in your house. So think about this equity when you buy a house, that difference. The only way that you can access equity is to borrow against it or sell your house. Otherwise, you can't, there's no way of touching it. Like, you know, if you got a $500,000 house, you owe $300,000 on it. You got $200,000 of equity, but you can't go to Walmart and be like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna take this. Just go get some equity from the crib." Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, "Hey, bro, but hey, I'm good though." You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. So you have to have an actual way to touch it. And so the only way that you can touch it.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because look, boy. Look, boy. That's why I asked that question, my boy. I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the house 190, we bought it for a close, but you know what I'm saying? We probably got like 60 that we could play with, feel me? Like got their Hellcat probably like 55, feel me? And I got 5.
Right, exactly. And see, but this is actually the thing. So I'm gonna put you on some more games since you brought up the car. Okay. So let's say that you did want to access the equity in your home to buy a car. And that may actually be worth it. And let me explain why. So a couple of different things here. Number one, with that equity line, that's interest that you're paying on your house. So when you're paying that equity line back, because it functions like a credit card. So you pay it back. So if you got we'll say $50,000 line, You got $50,000. Let's say you go out and buy the $45,000 Hellcat, okay? Or you drop 45 G's on one, whatever the case may be. You drop 45 G's, you pay that 45 back. You have access to the full 50 again, like you would on a credit card. Okay, it don't just go away like a loan does. So that's number one, where you can use it multiple times over like a 10-year period. I won't go into all the terms, but over a 10-year period. However, this is where the difference comes. Interest that you pay on your home is tax deductible. So when you're paying that interest back, you're also getting a tax deduction for it too. And that equity line is probably going to have maybe a 3-4% interest rate. Whereas you getting a car loan for that same loan may have had a 10% interest rate. So now you're paying for that car at a lower interest rate, and you're deducting the interest that you paid for the car. And as far as assets go, even if something go wrong and go crazy and you mess around and lost your house, you still would own the car because you paid for it. Like, not that you want to lose your house in order to keep the car, but you kind of follow where I'm going with that. Like, it's not, if everything go bad, instead of you losing your house and your car, now you just lose the house. And, not that that's a great thing, but you get where I'm going with it.
Yeah, I mean, you still could get to work. I mean, you probably got to sleep in your, you know what I'm saying?
Well, bro, so look, this is what I used to tell people, because when I did collections, because that was actually my first bank job, and I would be on the phone with them. Because that's when I actually started learning like how loans and stuff work, because I saw it on the background and we had to kind of explain it to them. So that's when I first started learning. But people be like, man, you called me about paying for my car, man. You come repo this car, I gotta pay for my house. I'll be like, sir, I don't mean no harm, but you can live in your car, you can't drive your house. I mean, bro, so you might want to think about
that's the name. Hey, I'm glad you said that. That's the name of this episode. You can't drive your house. You can live in your car. You can't drive your house. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's the name of this episode, man. I ain't lying to you.
But you can't drive your house. I was like, so you might want to rethink that before you choose not to pay for this. Nah, bro, I tell them, I was like, bro, if you don't pay for your car, I was like, yeah, you got a place to live, but you can't get to work. So eventually you ain't gonna be able to pay for that either.
I gotta put that in the notes. I gotta write that down.
So I was like, so you might want to think this through before you start making them kind of decisions, bro. Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm just saying, man.
Live in your car. You can't drive your house.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Like, these is facts, bro.
Oh shit. That's the name of the episode, man.
Yeah. Can't drive your house and drive your car. Well,
so since you did loans and whatnot, man, like what is some of the, I know you can't say much, but
you could.
Going back to when we was younger, it was people that I can remember, even depicted in movies or whatnot, how parents will put bills on these small children. They'll put cable bills in their name, electric in their name, lights in their name, etc. You know what I'm saying? What's the best way that you can establish yourself? Let's just say you working at McDonald's. You making, small amounts of money, but you want to establish yourself, in the next 5 years. What's a good starting plan for saving?
So I kind of go with this two ways. I talk about what I'm doing for like my daughters, and then I talk about even if you're just doing it yourself. So from a parental standpoint, even little things you can do. Get a single credit, like once they turn 16, like for my daughter, once they turn 16, I'm gonna start building and establishing their credit. With the intention of by the time they're 25, everything's all good to go. By the time they get out of college, really, but 25, as well as setting up some other things for them as well. Even beforehand, the things I have set up for them now, not just credit wise, this would be something good for everybody to take. So it's, everybody know, open them a little account. You know how black people, man, I open them a little account, throwing some money in it. You know how black people get that. Yeah, everybody got a little account. Yeah, everybody got a little account, but the actual kind of account that needs to be open, in my opinion anyway. Well, let me just talk about what I do for my daughter. I try not to give financial advice without having the full, that's why I say it that way.
Oh yeah. I got no problem, man.
I open up what's called a UTMA account. and that's a
Okay.
uniform trust and minors account. That account works like a brokerage account for adults, and so it allows you to invest in the stock market through that account. And once they turn 18 or 21, depending on how you set it up, it'll transfer over to them. So you can start building little things now. So what I do with my daughter is, like, my daughter loves commercials for some reason. She only 15 months old, but she loved like the Grubhub commercial, Liberty, AA. I don't know why she loved them. I don't know. But what I do is, like, I put a little money away, and as I put the money in there, the companies that she likes now, like the little commercials, I buy stock in them now for her just a little bit. And one of the biggest things that's an advantage is time. So because they're young, it doesn't take a whole lot of money. You know, like me and you, us trying to invest $20 every 2 weeks now, like, yeah, it'll be good, but it ain't gonna change our life. But for our kids, like $20 every 2 weeks, that's a change their life.
That's smart, bro. That's smart. Like, I didn't even, think, because our generation is so worried about us being millionaires and not our kids being millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're so, like, I believe that we're the first generation that made it possible to touch $1 million. It was people before us, you know what I'm saying, that could have had $1 million, but our generation, the 80 babies, 85 to 92, 93, 94, we are the generation that can actually touch $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Let me take you, I'm gonna stop you right there, bro. See, because that actually goes into what John was talking about, that we always in the middle. So yes, you're 100 totally % true, or total true, but bro, just imagine when you turn 30, if your mom would have gave you 50 grand. I only need $1 million. Give me 50 grand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me 50 grand. Give me 20. Shit. You know
man,
like, right. Like, bro, you ain't even got to do the $1 million. Bro, give me 20 grand.
Give me 20. I'm telling you, man. Like it's crazy because the quality of life is different now than it was back then. Because when we was coming up, it wasn't no internet. It wasn't like the fun thing to do on the computer was like Microsoft Paint or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Minesweeper and Hearts and Solitaire and shit like that. Typing stuff in the computer, sort of typing stuff in Microsoft Word and have the computer say it back. They have so many abilities, man, of starting small businesses now. Like the people that's reselling sneakers, the people with the video games, you know what I'm saying, with the PlayStation and the Xboxes. What do you think about our culture? What do you think about us and our ability to start something out of nothing, man?
Yeah, well, bro, this is the thing, bro, and this is where black people don't necessarily get a lot of credit for. I don't think, bro, we are like the most talented people, bro, because we thrive through anything, dog.
What?
Like, we don't thrive, and it's like, bro, if we can actually take that and focus it in, like, bro, like that joint is crazy. Like the amount of just general talent that we have as black people, bro, because I don't want to get off topic, but I know y'all sports people, so I'm gonna ask you this.
What's up?
And because I don't think we get a lot of credit as black people, so I'm gonna ask y'all, do you think that LeBron is a genius? And let me kind of preference where I get that from. So think about everything he's done in business, even as a hooper, but think about the way they talk about him in the game. They were like, he know everybody else plays. Like, you heard him, he'll sit and recall like something from the second quarter, exactly how it happened, yada yada yada. And then you think about somebody like Jordan. Like, yeah, Jordan has more money than him, and Jordan, but I was like, and yeah, he got his hands in some little stuff, but you know, he got his Jordan brand, the Hornets, the racing team, and then you know, he like liquor, but you know, he got maybe 3 or 4 like big things. But LeBron is like LeBron Johnson on some like other type of business stuff that surpassed. Because if you take away Jordan's shoes, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's real. That's real.
And so I'm like, is he a genius? And if your answer is yes, why does he not get the credit as being a genius? Because it's not just he can play basketball. It's been a lot of, bro, even rest his soul, because he passed today a year ago. But Kobe wasn't what LeBron is business wise.
Yeah, that's real.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna
Not
lie.
what LeBron is business wise.
I ain't gonna lie. Kobe is my guy. I'm a Kobe fan, but you're right. You are right. You're right.
Yeah, and he had an amazing business stuff, but he's not what LeBron is business wise.
That's true. And then the thing about Kobe, he started opening up later in his career.
Yep.
Like before he passed, after retirement, that's when he started opening up and letting us see who he was.
Yep.
LeBron, man, LeBron then had McDonald's. LeBron then opened the school. LeBron got movies. LeBron got $1 billion deal with Nike. LeBron got all. And I'm like, bro, like, and
he just recently didn't do his. I mean, I think he's gonna be leaving the Coca-Cola commercial now. So I think I think he signed another deal with a different company.
Yep.
See, it's crazy, bro. Like, and I think to credit him with that is that 80s baby mentality. Yep. I don't know what it is about us, but going out and getting it and being a part of this internet era and seeing how things are changing. Like I said before, like, because I used to coach or whatever, and I was telling kids, like, bro, y'all have something that we didn't have. Y'all have the ability to go back and watch YouTube. You can go watch your favorite athletes ever from any time period. All his highlights, all their highlights. We didn't have that.
Nope.
We didn't. We had TV. Whenever the game came on, we could watch it. That's it. It wasn't no game replays. Yeah. The game didn't come on ESPN.
It might show highlights or whatever,
2 or 3 times a day. Because now, if you fall asleep during the game that come on at 8:30, you can wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and guess what? That game right on TV.
Yep. But you think I wouldn't have been outside of my goal with my phone over there playing? Okay, I need to do my move exactly like.
You feel me?
Okay, play that back.
Iverson came through the legs twice and then went behind the back, then pulled a jump shot. I need to do the same thing.
Yep.
Bruh, they got that. We didn't. So it's like they have the access to the internet. Like I even talked about this at work one day. I said, these new generation kids, the things they did to Donald Trump was so smart and so out of the way. Out of sight is out of mind. These kids, Trump had a rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, some part in Oklahoma. I don't know exactly where it is in Oklahoma. Yeah. He had a rally in Oklahoma. These young kids went online and booked the whole rally online. Free tickets. Free tickets. You remember that? You remember that? Yeah, free tickets. I ain't had to do nothing. They went online and booked it. See, that's them doing the legwork, just like the generation that, you know, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all them. They did the legwork, then the generation behind them did a little bit more. We did the legwork, then, you know what I'm saying? So it's compounding, bro. It's compounding. Like, you know, it's just crazy. I don't know what I went on in my little soliloquy, but I apologize. Don't worry. But we've been on for 2 hours and 30 minutes, man. Closing remarks, what y'all got, man?
I appreciate you. Yeah, man. I'm just glad to be on your podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a I mean, talk about different aspects of things and stuff.
Closing remarks, man. What you got? Where can they find you at, man? Where's your social media?
You find me all over the place, man. Instagram, YMIT_mindset. Facebook, you know, I got a Facebook group, Facebook pages, LinkedIn, website, youngmillionairetraining.com, Young Millionaire and Training. You search that, or pretty much all my stuff will come up. That's my group, my business where I teach financial literacy from that. But I appreciate you having me because like I said, bro, even when you said something, I was like, no, absolutely, because anytime, bro.
Family, you already know, man.
Yeah, I was like, bro, anytime you need me, bro, you just let me know.
You already know.
But yeah, definitely, dude, yeah, because I didn't even know about the podcast. That's why I was like, bro, I didn't even know. Like, I'm a support regardless. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I know make sure I definitely support. We throw some people up there. I know some people. So I see we can even get you some guest stuff here, or whatnot. If we get some plugs, yeah, absolutely, bro. See what plugs we can get.
If you got some sponsors for us, man, I can do sponsors. I got voice. I got an Italian voice for you. I got an old white man. But I got voices too, man. I just I can do voices too. You know what I'm saying? I can do a little.
Oh yeah, I'm good too, man. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So
I'm good too, man.
yeah, whatever you got, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate you doing everything you can for our community and everybody else's, man. You, your wife, and your beautiful kids, man. I wish y'all nothing but the best, man.
I appreciate it. Same to you, bro.
Man, cuz you already know, man. Any closing remarks? You got anything for us before we get up out of here?
No, I'm good. But hey, like you said, bro, or like we said, hey, you can live in your car, but you can't drive your house, man. And so just y'all keep that in mind. Keep that in mind whenever you decide what bill you want to pay. Yeah, before you decide if you want to pay your mortgage or your rent or your car payment, just make sure you keep that in mind.
What the kid that William say, man, damn, man, fuck them lights, them burn these candles. Fuck them.
Yeah. Nah, but
hey, but man, we about to be out of here, man. Country Cousin Podcast, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. I'm gonna have this video up and ready because I'm gonna send it to both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. I'm gonna make a few clips, send y'all some clips, and then I'm gonna post the whole episode later on in the week. I'm gonna see what kind of traction we can get from these clips. Then I'm gonna post the episode, promo and advertisement.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, cuz. I appreciate you. Same thing to you, Dante. Love you, cuz. Love y'all, man. Take it easy.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you seeing y'all.
All right, man.
All right.
All right.